Oh, I'm leaving the meeting.
Wow.
This is new. So this happened the other night, and I was like, "The fuck? Did you guys hear like a woman's voice say this meeting is being recorded?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I get that too. And then you guys get the yes no box, right? If you want to
So
continue,
what happens if we say no?
you get
Well, it
bounced.
says continue or leave
Try it.
meeting were the options.
I already hit
The
the other one.
buttons. So I thought about leaving the meeting because that sounded like a tempting option.
Well, I think we've got so much cool shit happening in B team that it would be foolish for anybody to leave this meeting at this point, even with the recording that I'll probably use against you at some point.
Exactly. Well, it's just the
Was
wording,
Eric coming?
this meeting. It didn't say gaming session, it said meeting, and I have
Right.
enough Zoom meetings during the work week that it was just tempting to blow off a
I
meeting.
think that message is just a polite way to say put clothes on.
Yeah.
Put your clothes on, exactly.
Not me. Sorry, I was just rubbing my nipples there. So speaking of work stuff, just I want to let you guys know that last Thursday, I delivered my first ever search audit officially as a search auditor. It only took me 10 and a half months to get there, but I delivered my first audit. Only Andrew probably cares, but delivered my first audit on Thursday, Andrew, to for Samsung.
Wow.
Yep. I'm officially the enemy of agencies now.
You've been our enemy for a while, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's obvious, but I've always been, so my boss keeps aggravating me. He's like, Les, you got to stop thinking like an agency man. You're not an agency man anymore. Like, I'm working on it. All right, so Gabe, so let's talk a little bit about what happened last time. It's been a while since we played BT.
We know, is Eric coming?
Yeah, he texted me he's gonna be a little late.
Okay.
And Jennifer's not going to make it tonight. She's got work, so she can't come. So last time, last couple of, so it's been a while since we played B team. We missed a night and that kind of stuff. But we're back here now. So the last time that you guys did this, you guys were still fighting through this ambush. You guys had left Gate Pass and you were headed north by northwest, heading out into the hinterlands to try and make it to the Flaming Forest, and cross over into the Flaming Forest to get to the Lyceum, which is on a river in the Flaming Forest. However, it became obvious as you guys had left. The news was breaking that Gate Pass had essentially opened its doors to the Sargavans, mostly through perfidy on the part of several pro-Sargavan members of the council. There were purges going on when you guys left Gate Pass through the west gate, or the north gate, I guess in this case. It was manned by Sargavans, and you guys kind of snuck out, hiding your militia, street creds. You got Torrent out, managed to get your two spellcasters out, but it was a little bit dicey, and you guys were a little nervous that this might become a problem for you. But you did get out okay. You guys got out into the field. Things seemed okay, but then as you guys were moving through the hinterlands, you came to a crossroads and found that there was a pretty significant cavalry detachment which had built a barricade in the middle of the fork and were waiting, and one assumes harassing people as they came through. Hey, there's Eric.
Greetings.
Hey, buddy.
Eric.
Greetings, friends.
Hello, Oren.
Can you,
How are you?
say hi?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oren.
How you doing, buddy? So you guys came up upon this, and you had the advantage because you guys spotted them before they spotted you. So using some deft maneuvering, some stealthing, and a whole lot of arrows coming out of bushes and from areas where people weren't looking at, you managed to get the jump on these guys. Now, a couple escaped, but you also managed to capture several people, including one that you suspect might be a lieutenant or a senior person. So in this case, you've got three of the thugs, one guy who is basically a scout crossbowman who was manning this place over here, and this Byron guy who is unconscious but trussed up, that you guys have taken. Now you saw him, I believe it was Titus saw this Byron guy. We'll just take a look at what he looks like here. There's that Byron. He's a tiefling. You got, I'm sorry? questions?
I
Okay.
think Warren had his hand raised.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Warren
No. All good.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Gotcha. No worries. So you guys managed to put this guy down. You got him tied up. But it was, I think it was either Titus or Wraith who spotted this guy talking to a guy who seemed obviously in charge. That guy took off and escaped, as did the hobgoblin who started hunting down Overland, and he got out of there. And several of these other guys took off as well. But you guys managed to put the grab on these guys. And that's where we start tonight. You have these prisoners, surly, trussed up, unwilling to talk. And one Lieutenant Byron, who is currently unconscious, and one hobgoblin irregular who seems to, well, have been detached to these guys. None of them wear any sort of insignia or anything like that that would be considered military uniforms that would indicate that they are part of the Sargavan military, but they're obviously doing the Sargavan's bidding.
Which means we should kill them all.
Well, you certainly can if you want.
We want to talk to them first.
It's up to you
Hey,
guys.
real quick before we get going, did you have a chance to look at the Unchained?
I did. I posted it on Tiny Batman that we will be using. So yeah. So this is actually, I'm glad you brought this up. So Mike and I had a conversation about the Intimidate rules, which are poorly written and leave a lot open to interpretation. But as we were discussing that, Mike pointed out that the Pathfinder Unchained intimidation rules are actually quite good. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. I know Oren is familiar with it, but
sorry,
Well, obviously.
no, he's fine.
So
if you look at it, it's quite a bit different. Can you guys see the SRD? Okay. So if you look at the Unchained rules, basically the way that it does is it says a character who reaches 5, 10, 15, or 20 ranks in a skill unlocks bonuses. The Unchained Rogue uses these rules. In this system, blah, 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 skill unlocks. So with sufficient ranks in Intimidate, you earn the following, like bonuses. So asterisk is various durations. But if you have 5 ranks in Intimidate, you can, if you exceed the DC to demoralize the target by 10, it is frightened for 1 round and shaken thereafter. Will save negates, but it's still shaken even if it has stalwart. 10 ranks, you can panic them. 15 ranks, they're cowering. 20 ranks, they're cowering and panicked and may run. So I think Mike can jump in if you want, but I think we agree that this is a much more concrete way of dealing with Intimidate, especially the way you guys like to use Intimidate.
Right.
Mike, do you want to add anything to that?
No, the less is pretty much accurate. The rules they had before either didn't do anything, so it was kind of a useless skill, or it left a lot, up to the player and DM to determine what it really did. Whereas this kind of spells out exactly how many ranks you need, what the DCs are for the different people, and what it does. And it makes it to where if you develop and spend all of your resources to make yourself good at Intimidate, which is kind of where I think I'm going to take Arendar, you actually do have a good chance of, like in combat, making someone run away, or at least making them not fight as well because they're afraid to get close to you, which is kind of the whole point, in my opinion, of the skill.
I agree. It's really what Intimidate is supposed to do. And with the other ones where it's like you could change their attitude or try to convince them to be friendly and all this stuff, it's too airy-fairy. There's not it's not I just, there's too much interpretation, and it in the wrong hands it can be used as a sort of get out of combat free card, and that's not, I don't think that's the reason it was designed, and neither did Mike. So it's canon now. It's been posted to the website. We are using, for Intimidate, we are using the Unchained rules.
Nice.
Sound good?
Yeah. I've been saying we should do that for years.
Well, Andrew, you were right, man. This is the way to go.
And actually, I only said it because Oren.
Because he intimidated you?
Yes, Oren is very intimidating.
He is intimidating. Look at him. He's like a little cannonball.
He's threatening postures.
You can just tell it. He is making a ton of noise back there, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's been very intimidating. Even when he's muted, he's been very intimidating.
All right, so that's where we start. You guys got these guys sort of down on the ground. They're trussed up. You guys, there's several horses kind of wandering around. I don't know if you guys want to collect those or anything like that. You have your own horses and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, you know, their horses are horses. I mean, it's not like you can't
Wait,
sell
does
them.
that start with a W or an H?
An H.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure Oren's not hearing anything
No,
his
no.
father.
You can say it. You can say it.
Good night.
Good night, buddy. Have a good one. Sounded like you got a raptor in there or something.
Yeah, I do.
Well, that's your bird. I didn't realize that's what's your bird's name?
Cosmo.
Cosmo. That's right. All right. So so that's where we start. What do you guys want to do? You got these prisoners. You've pretty much you know, sort of looted the place, and you know,
We have them tied up yet?
They're tied up. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I want to find out if they were after us specifically or just targeting whoever.
Well, so okay. So how do you want to go about it? I mean, do you want to like torture them?
Not in the beginning.
Okay. Just real quick, you guys are all good aligned, right?
Mostly.
Okay.
As far as you know.
As far as you know.
All right, just checking.
Pole arm is not good aligned. He's not evil aligned either.
So we'll let our healer. He's very good at. Hey, you know, I know it hurts if you do this.
Yeah, like the dentist from Marathon Man.
Yeah.
Not a torturer though. I mean, he wouldn't condemn a person for torturing somebody, maybe, depending on the circumstances, but he wouldn't do
Right.
it.
So I think I'll start with the leader.
Well, he's unconscious right now.
Yeah, we gotta wake him up.
Okay, we'll start with little guys until he wakes up. Oh,
All right. So do you want to question them all together, or separate them, or how do you want to go about this interrogation?
well, to be honest, my character's probably never interrogated someone before.
Okay.
So he would probably just walk up to whoever's closest and start barking out. Hey,
Titus?
who are you after? Who is this ambush set for?
Titus, did you just attack somebody?
I was just doing some practice rolls.
Oh, okay. Just checking. That's cool. All right. So, all right. If you have never interrogated somebody, then probably it's not going to work. So,
Well, I've got diplomacy on my side and intimidate.
Actually, he's got diplomacy. He can be good cop, and I'll do intimidate with be bad cop.
all right. I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing this.
Okay, well, I guess let's see.
If he rolls, or just is it good enough for us telling you what we're doing?
Well, so let me know what you guys are doing while I gather up the war horses that you guys are collecting from these guys.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm just going to come at them with an attitude and ask them, who was this ambush set for? Is this for against anyone, or are you looking for someone specific?
And so so you haven't woken up the lead guy, so you're just
No.
asking like the thugs.
Yeah.
And so as you're talking to these guys, the one of the thugs, the guy in the middle, kind of says, "You boys keep your traps shut if you know what's good for you."
Okay. Then I will actually punch him
Okay.
as hard as I can, and then ask if the other ones still want to keep their trap shut.
All right. So you punch him as hard as you can, and it knocks him over. Go ahead and roll. I mean, unarmed damage. You may
Yep.
knock him out.
So it's D3, or it's D3 if you're not a monk, right? I think it's D3.
Yeah.
So, okay. Only lets me go down to D4. So. So,
All right. So 3 points. Yeah. So you just bash
no,
him.
it's 6 points or 5 points.
Oh, because of strength.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. All right. So 5 points of damage. So you just punch this guy really hard and do 5 points of technically non-lethal.
It's non-lethal damage.
Pretty sure you broke his nose. Blood is squishing out of there. His eyes are water, and he falls backwards. You have to reach down and grab the ropes and grab his arms and push him back up, so get him back into a sitting position. He's like, "Why'd you do something like that?" He's still kind of like, "Boys, you know what's going to happen if you talk."
So now you know what's going to happen if you don't talk. And then I'll let Titus come in whenever he wants.
All right. I'm going to do a little smooth talking with the 32 on my diplomacy check.
Natural 20 diplomacy check. You're ruining my plans. All right, so what do you say?
So he
Say,
stops.
guys. I hope you're having a nice day. We'd sure like to keep it that way. We just want to be moseying along and get out of your faces so you can go back to your tending to your bloody nose. But to do that, we just need a few answers. And then, I've got this little flask of wine from one of the finest vintners in the land that I'd love to share with you. But I need to make sure we're playing on the same team and we want to help each other out. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Or I can let my friend Arendar scratch your back, which isn't as fun. So why don't you answer his question and let us know what we can expect and whether we're going to have safe travels.
Well, you guys are gay pass militia, right? Militsiya? You guys are rebels, Sargavan rebels. They hired us. And so the guy on the right is like, so he's looking at you, Titus. He's like, look, you guys are gay pass. We were sent out here to catch guys like you. And the guy that Arendar punched is like, shut up, dude. And the other guy's like, nah, we're captured. They're probably gonna kill us anyway. Maybe we could talk our way out of this, man. And the guy's like, shut up. If they do kill us, it'll be much better than what you get from the Sargavans, you idiot, for going back on the contract.
Well, I'm going to pass my flask of wine to the guy who volunteered that little bit of information. Just, you look a little thirsty. Why don't you take a sip and tell me a little more?
So he takes it in his tied up hand. So he's holding the flask and he's like, thanks, bud.
That's some pretty good wine, isn't it?
He takes a sip and he hands you back the thing. And he's like, look, don't listen to this guy. He's an asshole. The fact was we got hired by the Sargavans. And the other guy's like, shut up, dude. He's like, screw you, man. I'm getting out of this alive. He goes, look, we were hired by the Sargavans to come man this post. Now, they said that there was a bunch of militia guys, including a couple of wizards, that might be coming by here. We were to keep special eye out for them, that they might be carrying a case of some papers, that we were supposed to grab that if we could, but that anything else would belong to us. And plus, they were paying our regular contract rates, too.
Well, that's very helpful. Who did you say these people are?
It was Scourge. I don't know, Scourge Lissa, something like that. Anyway, if you guys are the Gate Pass militia guys that they were talking about, you guys killed 2 Scourge and disrupted some kind of thing, stole some paperwork. Anyway, that's what I heard. Anyway, if we were supposed to man this post, and if we saw you guys, we were supposed to pretty much just wipe you guys out and hold on to the case of papers, wait for them to come back, and then whatever treasure was on you, we get to keep. In addition to our
here's what
contract.
I'm thinking. See that pile of wood over there? I'm going to put my dagger blade side sticking out. And when you see us leave, you wait 5 minutes and I'll put the wine next to it. Just keep giving us the answers we need and we're all going to leave happy.
What do you want to know?
Anyone else have questions? Okay.
I'm
then-
gonna get another swig of that wine.
Sure. I suggest you don't
So-
want to know who we are, and you would be better served to forget you ever saw us.
All we were told were you guys were a bunch of gate pass terrorists who had killed a couple of Scourge and had escaped with some important paperwork. That's all they told us. Just keep the eye out, and if we found you, we were to wipe you out, and no survivors, and keep whatever was left.
I appreciate the information.
So I'll pull everybody aside so we can whisper and chat and make them even more uncomfortable.
Okay.
But basically, so these guys were specifically sent here for us.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, they basically the vibe you get from this guy is essentially that they were set up as a picket to keep people from Gate Pass, especially magic users from Gate Pass, from escaping towards the Flaming Forest. They know. I mean, the Sargavans know where the Lyceum is, and they know that Gate Pass wizards are likely to head that way because that's a lot of Gate Pass wizards had their initial schooling there, right? It's a magic school, much like the magic school in Gate Pass, but it's just a different spot. So they knew that it would be protected because it's in the Fire Forest and all that kind of stuff. So they expected that a lot of mages would be trying to escape the city and move northward and head for the Lyceum. So they set this picket here to just pick off anybody, but they also let them know specifically about you guys and told them that you'd killed a couple of Scourge, which you guys did during the deal with Shayless. And that you were carrying important papers to the Sargavans that needed to be recovered, and that they, and that in return for that recovery, if these guys were able to get to catch you guys and kill all of you, basically, it was basically like a full wipeout. As long as they handed over the papers, they could keep everything else they got on you, and they're getting paid. So these guys are mercenaries.
Right. Okay. So my take on this is we steal everything we possibly can from them, let them live, and then keep going.
Yeah.
I like Andrew's idea of doing something that allows them to live, but takes them a while to get out. That way we're long gone before they can get back. And not that they want to tell everybody that, hey, we found them, and then they let us go. That probably wouldn't be the best way for them to handle things. But even if they did go back to rat us out and try and come back, we're long gone by then.
So basically, this guy here, and I'm just gonna mark him. I'm gonna mark him with a blue circle. This is the guy that's doing all the talking. The guy with the red circle is the guy, and he hasn't stopped. This is the guy you punched, and he keeps telling this guy to shut up. This guy is sort of like, he's not fully committed. He's sort of adding color commentary. He may, like, he's nodding in agreement or confirming what the blue guy is saying. This hobgoblin scout guy hasn't said jack shit. He's just sort of sitting there, very quiet, keeping to himself, thinking maybe I can get out of this. And Byron is Lieutenant Byron is still asleep, still unconscious. You guys pummeled him pretty hard, and so he's still out.
Right.
But he's not injured to the point where he's bleeding out. He's stabilized. He's just unconscious.
Oh no! Oh no! The lawful good teenage monk has an idea. We must not harm these people. They have just strayed from the path of law and good. So we must not kill them, but we must let them go. But we can't let them walk around freely and tattle. Therefore, we must make them take off all of their clothes and walk back to town naked.
Okay. That's a little too creepy for Arendar.
That's a little perverted.
What did they teach you at that monastery?
I guess that's
I'm sure.
sort of weird
I'm
form
sure
of
Arendar leans over to
asceticism.
Wraith and says, remind me never to go to a monastery, like, ever.
Do we need to question Lord Byron or?
I don't know. It
or
sounds
the
like a pretty good
hobgoblin?
plan.
Anyway.
These guys actually did surrender. So right now in Arendar's very naive book, that allows them to live.
The three thugs surrendered. You essentially captured the scout. He was trying to escape, and you managed to get him. Lieutenant Byron, he was trying to escape, and I think, if recollection serves, I think Wraith shot him, and he went unconscious and fell off his horse, and then you guys dragged him back, patched him up so that he wasn't going to bleed out, and now you've got him.
Well, and somebody summoned a bat that took him off his horse.
That's it. That's right. The bat. I forgot about the bat.
There it is.
So yeah, I like the idea of tie them together, make it difficult for them to move, but yeah, we'll leave them one of their daggers. Like like Eric said, like over on the wood pile. So if you guys figure out how to scoot over here, then you can cut yourselves loose and then you guys are free to go.
Yeah. So
Are
do
you
you
gonna
need
take-
to wake up the commander or the scout in question?
Well, the
in middle?
scout's awake. He's just so the three guys are human. The scout is hobgoblin.
Or
And he
half-orc?
was hobgoblin.
Oh,
So
hobgoblin?
I guess I want to look over at the hobgoblin and whisper with the gang, nothing really, just and then I would ask the hobgoblin, do you have anything to add what's been said?
No, sir.
Well, why don't you tell us who you are and what you're doing here?
I was hired to man with my colleagues. I was hired to man the barricade. That's all.
May I make a perception check?
Sure. On the hobgoblin, or
Yes, please.
it's as far as you can tell a hobgoblin.
It looks like a hobgoblin.
And he's not naked.
Not yet.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to check there. That's all.
Yeah. I said we take all their horses, take all their weapons, and tie them to one of the horses. Just not that they're super valuable to us, but I just don't want them to have them. And then we continue on our way.
Do the horses have to be naked?
Right. I really regret the naked comment.
I was gonna say, we've already got the horses pretty much naked, so
And they're wearing saddles.
there's no added creepiness for that.
Right. Well,
So we're gonna gather up the riding horses that we had, and then what? Just do a tethered chain of war horses?
Yeah,
So there's 11 horses there.
war horses are worth money.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, especially war horses. My only question would be how much it's going to slow us down.
Well, these aren't war horses in the sense that they are destriers, like that are used for
Right.
charging people. I mean, these are more.
These are more riding horses.
They're not riding horses like that people would just like ride to town. They're certainly trained. They're bigger, but they're not like heavy,
Right.
cavalry horses. Not like that.
Are they better than the horses we have now?
About the same, actually.
Like I said, it's more. I don't want them to have their weapons or their horses, so they can't move fast and they can't hurt anybody.
Right.
Given what's going on, I mean, we can take these horses to where we're going. I'm sure that.
Yeah, take them there and sell them or give them to
Yeah.
whatever. I just don't want these guys to have anything. But
The only wild card at this point is the unconscious leader.
We can strap him to one of the horses and bring him with us.
And do we have anybody taking
if
us?
we think that's beneficial, then yeah, I'm okay with that.
Is it just us here, or did anybody go with us?
We got what's her name?
Well,
Torrent?
Torrent went with you, but she's hanging back. She didn't get involved in the thing. Torrent is the woman that hired you guys.
Right.
I was looking for her. I didn't see her anywhere. Is she?
She's
she
way
Yeah, she's way up in the corner.
northwest.
I think is Torrent even in there? I may not even. Yeah, she's at
Yeah,
the
she is.
very top.
You
What's
go
her
to the,
opinion? Is where we going? Would they benefit from having a lieutenant in the? I mean, should we take him as a hostage? And
Well, he's a mercenary lieutenant. He's not.
Yeah, he's not a Sargavan officer.
Yeah.
So basically, what you get from these guys is that the Sargavans hired. So there are mercenary companies like condottieri companies that sell themselves out, and this has been back and forth. Sometimes the Mwangi will hire mercenary groups, the Sargavans will hire mercenary groups, and it's just like that kind of stuff. There's just, because of the tensions here, there is available work. So, and a lot of these condottieri groups tend to be pretty heterogeneous, right? They're made up of various kinds of groups: hobgoblins, humans, elves, what have you. Anybody looking to make a buck out of being capable militarily. What these guys will tell you is that, the Sargavan, it is essentially the Scourge, hired these guys to man this post, along with a fair amount of their other mercenary units from the same mercenary company that are working in different areas in this region. The Sargavans knew, the Scourge knew that there was going to be an exodus of mages coming out of Gate Pass once they were able to take over the city. And so they wanted to have people in place to try and capture them as best they could.
But these guys,
think we should do with it.
yeah, these guys just are doing their job. it's not like they're pro Sargalvan. It's whoever their mercenary
Right.
leader is decided
So
to keep
I
them
like
out.
the idea of just taking their weapons, taking their horses, maybe even taking their boots. So they have no footwear.
The guy who talked to us gets to keep his boots.
Okay, fair,
I
yeah.
want to make
fair.
sure, if you want to make me do an intimidation roll, but I want to make sure that all of them know that this guy that talked saved all their lives. Otherwise, they would have been useless to us, and we would have killed them all.
I don't think you could say it or get it across any better than that.
Yeah, that was pretty succinct, I have to say.
Yeah,
Spot on and to the point.
short to the point.
We would have murdered you, except this guy spilled his guts. So you're all free to go.
So you're all be thankful for this guy.
Well, I mean, you got to figure it from this point of view. You're not sure what the guy in the middle is. He looks like he's of Chilaxian blood, so he might be Sargavan, dark hair, olive skin, that kind of thing. The other guys are like, hey, look, I'm taking a paycheck. I might not be too lawful good about it, especially since they basically admitted that if they were to find you, they were to kill all of you, get
Keep
the
whatever they
case, and then keep whatever they got. So, that's
I do the same thing, so I can't fault
it's
them for
not
that.
really lawful or even chaotic good, that in that regard. But
They're doing a job, and then they just get the spoils of that job.
right.
So I can't fault them for that. So we're taking all their weapons, all their going through their pouches, whatever they got, all their money too.
Okay. So I will get you a list of weapons and currency. There were several guys and all that. But yeah, you just get that. And you also have 11 horses that, if you could, if you want to like string together in like a horse chain, I've seen that on TV.
That's pretty much what we'll do.
Do they call that a horse chain? Probably not. But yeah, you take several ropes and sort of loop them together and just put them through the horse gear of these things. Not a horse guy. I'm sorry. But I'm not sure how. But yeah, but you could rig it up in that way. You just lead them along, and they're pretty well trained horses, right? These are
right.
This is the horse flesh of a mercenary company, so they probably know their way around. And there's a lot of saddle and tack and stuff like too. I assume that you're just going to lead those on the horses and take that with you as well.
Oh yeah. Anything we can loot, anything we can sell, we can. Like I said, the main thing is just I don't want them to be able to quickly report back what happened.
Okay. So if you guys are going to essentially keep these guys tied up and say, we're going to leave a dagger over on that wood over there. After we're gone, you guys can cut yourselves loose. What about the Hobgoblin and Lieutenant Byron? Are you just going to leave them there too? Or do you want to wake Byron up and interrogate him further? Because he's obviously higher up than these guys in the
right.
But he's a mercenary too. But he's obviously a commander of sorts.
You know what? It probably wouldn't hurt to grab him, pull him aside, since he's not aware the others have talked, and see what he has to say. See if he says anything, see if it's any different from what the others have said, and see if you can shed a little more light on it.
I'm okay with that.
I got 5 gold. He's going to be belligerent, and Arendar's going to punch him in the face.
Okay, I'm not taking that.
He may punch him in the face anyway.
Well, nobody's going to take the bet. Damn.
Especially not Arendar, because he's already like making a fist.
I've always wanted to punch a tiefling mercenary. Now's my chance.
Yeah, we'll tie these guys up. Bring the Byron guy, up to the top corner of the screen so no one else can hear.
Okay.
Wake him up, and as we're gathering all their stuff and we've got all their weapons and stuff on their horses.
Well, they're not making a move until they're really not going to make a move until you guys leave. So
we're out of sight.
The other guy, you could tell he's still pissed, at the one, but he's like, whatever, dude, you don't outrank me. Screw you. That guy just told us I saved your ass. So you should be thanking me. He's like, I'll thank you personally once we get out of these ropes, you big dick. And he's like, oh yeah, well, let's throw it down, buddy. All right, so you drag Byron off a little ways away. I'm assuming like up the road a little bit, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
right.
Just out of earshot of the rest of them.
Yeah, they can still see us, so they're not trying to get free. But they can't hear us.
Okay. All right. And then you sort of slap him a bit. He comes around and he's like, oh, God, I feel terrible. I hope you guys have some wine. Looking at you,
Depends.
Titus.
That's not how well you're going to talk. We go through the same thing with him as we do with the other guys. I just want to find, like Andrew said, just want to see if they give us different answers or if there's any more information he will provide.
He looks around and he's still got an arrow hole in him. It's got like a little bit of poultice or some shit on it to keep it from bleeding. And he's obviously sore. He got swatted off his horse by a bat. You get the impression from him that he basically was like, the Sargavans put us out here and set us up like dominoes to get knocked down. They did not inform us that you guys would be bringing bats, for example. They didn't give us any kind of thing. And so, I mean, from your guys' point of view, the Sargavans really don't know who you guys are specifically and what you're capable of either. So it could be that it was an innocent mistake. They're just like, well, these guys killed 2 Scourge, so they got to die. And they put a mercenary company out, and the mercenaries found out that they got the bonus plan. So he's like, look, they didn't tell us anything about you guys. Just that you guys had a case full of documents that had been stolen, that you guys had killed a couple of Scourge to obtain the case in some sort of robbery, and that we were to be on the lookout for you. And if anything was happening, he's pretty cordial about it. He's like, look, they told us basically that charge was if we found you, we were to kill all you guys, get the case, keep whatever else you had on you. We were told that there would be horses and that you guys had in addition to robbing the Scourge of this case, that you guys had looted a fair amount of wealth out of Gate Pass. And so we were incentivized.
Okay.
But he'll be honest. He's like, look, honestly, we didn't think that you guys were going to be coming this way. We know that they've hired other groups to sort of search this region. Ostensibly, their job one is looking for mages, and they're trying to purge all the mages in this region that before they can get to the Lyceum. We didn't expect to see you guys. We figured you guys went a different direction.
I am going to plant some misinformation, hoping it's going to get back. I'm going to tell him that I know the documents he was talking about, but the Mwangi, what's the other guy that was there trying to get the documents?
Osibu Mwangi?
The Mwangi?
Yeah. He's supposed to meet you at the Lyceum, right? Where you're going to give him the documents. Correct?
I have no idea.
That was the deal.
No.
Sounds like the way I remember it, that was the deal.
Well, you've had way too many gin and tonics.
No, I've just had 2 beers.
We're taking the documents to the Lyceum, to the person we're supposed to drop them off at.
Okay.
The deal with that guy was he can show up at the Lyceum and then negotiate with the people we give them if they want to share it or copy it or in whatever other way cooperate with him. So we've given him no indication that we're going to give him anything.
But I'm going to tell this guy who thinks that we've got the paper, who's been told we've got the papers.
He's been told that, yeah. I mean, that's what basically they were looking for.
I'm going to tell him, yeah, we don't have the papers. The Mwangi guy grabbed them and took off with them. So you guys are barking up the wrong tree anyway.
Oh man, I knew this job was bogus from the start. But he's like, the Sargavans, they pay good money, and honestly, getting on their bad side is more pain in the ass than it's worth. But if you guys already sold this, already fenced the stuff to the Mwangi, then there's no reason for me to. I mean, I got no love for the Sargavans. They're not huge fans of tieflings. So
I'm just gonna let him know that, just in case he goes back and gets back to others that someone might think that we don't have it. But I'm gonna tell him, well, one of your guys back there told us this and pretty much saved all your lives. So you should take care of the one of the guy back there. And I'm letting him know we're taking all your stuff. We're leaving you alive.
Hey, I've been working mercenary work for a long time. I know the loot rules.
So hopefully next time we meet, you're not against us.
One professional to another, leave me my sword so I can get out of here without getting killed. You have my word that I won't raise it against you. Just leave it on the stacks over there. I'll go over there and cut myself loose, just like these guys are gonna in a minute.
Okay.
We'll leave you
just because Arendar is naive. This is our first kind of adventure.
Well,
I'm gonna
wait a
discuss
minute, what
voting.
kind of sword is it? Is it magical? Can
Oh,
we
I'm
just
sure
leave
not.
him a plain sword?
It's curved in a way that is different from the other guys. The other guys are using straight sort of short swords and long swords. This guy's sword is curved like a tulwar. It looks probably something along the lines of like he brought it with him from wherever he's from. You know, it does have some engraving on it. It doesn't radiate magic though.
Okay. Here, let's see how much I trust him.
Which
Oh yeah, he's telling the truth, I'm sure. So I'll leave it for him.
he's like, they tell me it was my father's sword. That's all I know. What do you say? You have my word. If I run into you again, me and my company won't raise a hand to you.
Okay. We'll leave your sword with the dagger for cutting people loose, but we're gonna tie it back up with your guys, and after we're gone, you guys can free yourselves. And
Understood. He seems really pragmatic about the whole thing. He's like, you like he's been kind of through this before.
I don't have anything else.
I'm not a successful mercenary.
I mean, so if there's anything that mercenaries are
I'm
going
just
to be,
a
it's
mercenary.
pragmatic, right? I mean, if they get killed, I mean, mercenaries are not going to be the guys who take stand, you know, who die for the cause, right? That's
Yeah.
not their way, right? They get paid when things go awry, they get defeated. What I mean, what are they going to do? This guy doesn't want to die. He certainly doesn't want to die for the Sargavans, for a few gold coins. That's not his way. I mean, this is how they work.
Okay. So you can take his sword and one dagger off the loot list. Everything else they had is coming with us and the horses.
All right, fair enough.
And I don't have any other questions unless anybody else does. I'm okay with
I'm good.
moving towards mage school.
Yep. Let's blow this popsicle stand.
All right, so you guys it takes about an hour to get the horses all sort of looped together, and you guys, keep an eye on these guys and just make sure that they don't make a move for the blades until you just gonna be keeping an eye on to make sure they don't. And for to their credit, they don't try anything stupid. You're a little curious about the hobgoblin. He seems very much, he seems a little out of place. Even Byron is talking to the other guys as you guys put him back together. He's like sort of like, hey, look, this happens, guys, that kind of stuff. The hobgoblin doesn't say a word. He just sort of sits very still. He seems very calm. He's not at all, he doesn't appear at all perturbed by the fact that he's tied up and that he just dodged thing. You'll recall, Titus, when you interrogate him.
Tied up?
No, it's not that. He seems much more conventionally military than the other guys. The other guys are obviously sellswords, right? And so they have sort of a loose attitude towards military discipline and stuff like that. They didn't get it. They learned how to fight, but they don't want to be in an army. If they wanted to be in an army, they'd be in an army. The hobgoblin's a different story. Very
I'm gonna do a little
composed.
sense motive on him.
Okay.
See if I can roll better than my.
Another natural 20. What the hell, man? That's 2 20s in a row for you.
I don't know.
He was born in the southern regions.
Well, so you can't really identify this hobgoblin specifically. Do you speak any of the goblinoid languages?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Common, Celestial, Draconic, and Sylvan.
Okay. The hobgoblin has spoken. When he spoke to you, when you asked him some questions earlier, he spoke in common. But he was very matter of fact. He answered the question that you asked him and nothing else. He just seems quite. It's like he's trying to be invisible to you guys. Right? So he's not saying anything. He's not looking at you guys. He's just sort of staring downward. He's not making a lot of movements. The other guys are talking, and the one guy was like wanting to be a tough guy and got punched for his thing. This is not this guy. He is being quiet and just handling his, just sort of like trying to, it's like, you know, when you're in school and you haven't done your homework and the teacher starts asking random people questions about the homework and you do everything but try to get her attention. That's what he's doing. You guys are the teacher. He's the guy who didn't do his homework.
Well, you know what? He didn't give us any information. We could probably use a guide, use somebody to serenade us. Maybe we should bring him with us for a few miles and see if he makes for good company.
Like the good company he's made so far.
Yes, because he didn't give us any information.
Yeah, I think he's a name, rank, and serial number kind of guy.
I'm trying to play. This is the part of role playing that gets difficult, trying to play what your character knows as opposed to what you know.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm trying to play Arendar as, this is our first rodeo, really. I mean, Wraith and Arendar have gotten in all kinds of trouble in town, but we knew that town, we knew the people.
Right.
This is really our first time getting out, so.
Well, he just, to me, I just,
Right.
he's being very furtive and kind of shifty. And it's almost like he's trying to camouflage himself. And I just something queer about him.
He's definitely trying to avoid your attention. He's not being furtive. He's not making any moves or anything. He's just sitting, and frankly, he's just sitting still and has pretty much sat still, tied up the entire time you guys have been sort of interrogating the prisoners. But he does not act in the same way that the thugs act, or that even Lieutenant Byron acts. He's just being very quiet, and he's not volunteering.
Would this be the first time that this group's probably seen hobgoblins?
You would maybe have seen the odd hobgoblin in Gate Pass. They're not necessarily unheard of.
Because I know hobgoblins as just a culture are very militaristic, very organized.
Yep.
So I know that's normal for them. I don't know if Arendar would know that. And that's why I'm asking, would that be common knowledge, or
well, it wouldn't be common knowledge. But do you have any knowledge checks that might be appropriate?
No, not at all.
Okay.
That's not.
Then yeah, you probably, this may be the first, maybe the second hobgoblin you ever seen. In the first one, if you did see one in Gate Pass, you wouldn't have interacted with them, so you would not know that kind of stuff.
Well, then maybe we ought to just go have a few words with them.
Well, and the other point that Wraith would like to make is there were people who escaped.
Yeah.
So the longer we stay around here, the more danger that puts
good
us
point.
in.
Good point.
Because we stopped these guys, but there have been at least 3 that I'm aware of that got away.
Full probably knows about
including the captain.
Yeah, including the captain.
All right. Well,
so we should probably get this wagon train a moving.
Let's make like Mary and get the flock out of here.
All right. So you're gonna just leave that guy there and saddle up and take off?
Well, I think you've planted some seeds of doubt, Les. Well done.
That's what I do. Plant seeds.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what more we're gonna get out of it.
I think
we want to take a hobgoblin with us just because we think we can rent him out as a circus monkey or something.
Well, you could. I don't know that you could rent them out as a circus monkey. Hobgoblins are tough, and they know what they're about. They're essentially like the Navy SEALs of the Goblin world.
Yeah.
So, and in some cases, they're even tougher than that. So, I mean, when they don't, it's just weird that there's there was 4 of them here. They were working for this mercenary company. Maybe they're part of the mercenary company. Maybe they're sort of a detachment from some other, maybe larger hobgoblin unit. You don't know.
After Wraith made the point that people escape, so we need to get moving. Yeah. Arendar would be I agree. Let's grab our stuff and get out of here.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so you string up the war horses, get everything going, and you guys continue your way north. I
need to go put Cosmo to bed, so I'll be back in a minute or 2.
Okay, sounds good. As you guys move into the valley, let me just show you sort of like what you're looking at. I'm going to just bring up the regional map here. So you guys came out of the northwest gate of Gate Pass and you moved out into these grasslands. You have not crossed this river yet, but it's pretty close. And you've, about right here is where the crossroad was, and you guys are moving towards the fire forest. It's still about, the fire forest is still about 25 miles away, past the river. One thing that you notice as you kind of like move through this landscape is that there's a lot of this that is cultivated, farmsteads, that kind of stuff. You also know that on the north side of the river is, and to a large extent out here as well, are elves that live out in those areas, and they fight the hobbits from the fire forest, and do that kind of stuff. You haven't seen any of them, but it's you know how elves are. They're sort of like, you don't see them until you see them. But yeah, so yeah, you guys are moving forward. You figure you got another day and a half's ride before you hit the edge of the fire forest. You're not entirely sure. Torrent tells you guys that there is a bridge that you guys are heading to that will, lead you into the fire forest. The Lyceum is more like sort of up here, back there, but taking the river is not a good idea, because there are portions of it, because the forest is in large part flaming and it has a lot of stuff going on. There are portions of that river that are boiling, and could cause real problems, especially since you guys don't have a boat. But so you guys, overland is Torrent says overland is the best way, and there are places there we can take what she calls the elf roads. The elves have open roads in the fire forest and keep them maintained so that people can pass through. It's not easy, but you can get through.
So I'd like to ride up front.
Okay.
Sort of, but not far up front. I don't know, maybe like 50 yards ahead, so I can do the scout thing.
Okay. What about the rest of you guys? Going to all be sort of clustered around? Who's handling the excess war horses?
Ono has animal handling skill, and he has spent his entire childhood handling animals in a caravan.
Okay, good. Yeah, so then you would be right there and
Actually,
available to do that.
it's just not figured out that Arendar has a rank in handle animal. That was one of his
Does
odd
he?
jobs around town. So
Nice. Okay.
pretty
So,
good
yeah,
on horses.
So probably you and Ono are handling the excess horses and making sure they don't get too wild. They're actually pretty easy. They're well trained and not problematic at all. You guys are, so all you guys hit this ambush in the morning, and sort of like by noon you were back on the road. You traveled for about 6 hours and you're heading northward. You haven't reached the river yet, but you're getting close. When out of the blue, you're going along the road and you see, and Chuck's gone. But Chuck, well, we'll get to Chuck in a minute. Everybody give me a quick perception check. Okay. Arendar 21. Excellent. Ono, busy with the horses.
Yeah.
Titus, that's your third 20 in a row.
Okay, I want to know what. Okay, stop with the JPEG, dude.
3 20s in a row, dude.
And you're muted, by the way. So
I don't know. I'm just using the auto roller.
Oh man. All right. Poe gets
that's 3 in a
14.
row.
Mike, did you set it up with some magic formula?
Well, heck no, because I would set it up for me.
He makes a good case there.
Not that selfless.
All right. I'm screenshotting this. I'm telling you right now, if you get another one, you're out of the game.
You're out of the game. 420s in a row means you're out.
4 20s in a row means you're too lucky for us and you need to go down to the
You need
boat
to
or
find
something.
something else.
Yeah. So all right, so you guys are coming around. Those of you who got I think Poe and certainly Titus, everybody but I think Ono, who's working with the animals, you begin to smell, the air smells a little bit smoky. and you're thinking we're still 25 miles away from the fire forest, but you can smell smoke in the air. You don't see any smoke, but you can smell there's a burning smell in the air. About that time, you see Chuck up front, and he puts his hand up and stops his horse. And you guys sort of take a few more clip clops forward and then stop as well. And you can see beyond Chuck, about 30 yards beyond Chuck on the road, is what looks like a young girl, maybe 15, 16 years old. She's in robes and has sort of a quarterstaff in her hand, and she's waving at you guys, sort of to stop.
This smells like trap.
It's a trap.
Drop. Yeah, I say we wait for Chuck, because Wraith's, since he's up front, he's going to be probably the one that does this encounter, at least starts this encounter.
Okay.
Because she's out up front, right?
She's on the road, yeah. So she looks about 15 or 16 years old, young girl. She's wearing a sort of hooded cloak, but the hood is back, and you can see she has black hair. And she's holding a wooden staff. Doesn't look intricately carved or anything like that.
But yeah, since I was going to say, since Wraith's about 50 yards in front of us, then yeah, he's stopped us. But yeah, it's going to be up to him.
So Wraith, while you were gone, you guys were along the road, and you raised your hand up, stopped your horse, because you saw in the road about 30, 40 yards ahead of you is what looks to be a young girl, about 15 or 16 years old. She's wearing a dark cloak. The hood is back. She has black hair, and she's holding a wooden staff in her hand. And you can hear her say, please stop, I need help.
Oh, so she's already seen us?
Oh, yeah. You guys are traveling with like 17 horses.
Well, yes, but I'm 50 yards ahead of them.
Well, she sort of stepped onto the road from where you see, sort of like over a little berm. You thought you saw her kind of like moving across the fields. And give me a perception check. 16. Yeah. So you saw her, or you were a little bit trepidatious because you saw her moving across the fields. I know. But you can see also in the distance what looks to be, and it's pretty far away, maybe a mile away, looks to be some sort of farm off in the distance. You can see a couple of buildings. Looks like a typical farm. You've passed several of them as you come through here. This doesn't look any different, but this young woman, who may be 15 or 16 years old, sort of like pops into the road. You could see her sort of scuttling across the farm fields. She comes over the berm next to the road, stops in the road, and stop and puts her hand out. It's like, please stop, I need help.
And can the rest of
Let's
the
help
group
her.
can stop it, lawful good? Can the rest of the group at this point, are they able to see me?
Yeah, they see you. They only a couple of them see her.
Okay, so I put up the sign to stop.
Right.
I'm going to try to get Titus's attention.
Okay.
And have him come forward.
Okay, I come forward.
Okay.
Well, he's Captain Sense Motive and Diplomacy, and he's the mouthpiece. So he can come up. I'm going to try to sort of non-verbally communicate that he needs to come up and address her. And then I'll be close enough to fill her full of holes if she does anything stupid.
Okay. Well, she is moving forward at sort of, I mean, she's not running towards you, but she is moving forward pretty rapidly. She's like, we need help. Please help us. As Titus sort of trots up forward to move his horse in sort of parallel with yours.
Right. Well, as Titus is moving up, I'm going to dismount and draw my bow.
Okay. So you hop off. You got your bow out. Please, sir, don't shoot. My name is Kristen, and my father and I need help. We're magic users, and the Scourge has come to kill my father, and I only just escaped. Our farm is right over there. Please help us.
All right. So
is he close enough? There you go.
Let me do a sense motive.
Because I can do it as well, but I'm not as good at it as you are.
Well, if I'm too good, I'm going to get banned from the game.
That's right. All right, you're still in the game. All right, 14 cents motive. I mean, she certainly poses a sympathetic picture, right? This is a young girl. She seems genuinely scared. She's got a staff in her hand. She says, you know, my father and I are magic users. The Scourge has come to our farm. They're going to kill him. We need help. Please help us. And then you hear her say something very interesting. She goes, I've seen you all in a vision, and I know that you're going to somewhere where we will be safe. Please save my father and let us come with you so that we can be safe from the Scourge.
Well, as it happens, we have about 24 extra war horses.
All right.
So I'm looking at Titus for Askins. Does this seem to be legit?
As far as I can tell, I would say trust but verify, and let's keep our distance. We know people are out to get us, but she definitely looks to be genuinely terrified. So
she looks genuinely terrified, and she continues to approach. I mean, do you let her get close, or do you say anything to her? Because she's coming right up to you.
I hold up my hand and say, slow down, stop right there.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Tell us who your father is. And
my father, his name is Hadin. He was he's a magic user, and we used to live in Gate Pass until my father inherited this farm out here, and we've been working this farm ever since. I've please.
Can I make a knowledge local?
Sure.
Apparently, I don't have that set up on a.
Then no.
Yeah, but I can. I have the skill.
Then yes.
Then yes. Okay, so let's see. I just apparently don't have a macro for it. Oh, good God.
You don't remember the name Hadin being any magic user in Gate Pass that you knew by the name. But let's be honest, you didn't run in those circles.
True. But I mean, if the name was famous enough, I might have heard of it.
Yeah, you never heard of it. Gordon, did you didn't learn your trade, your magical trade at the hands of the Gate Pass Magic School, did you?
Well, you're thinking of Jen, I think, Les.
That's right. I'm thinking of Andy.
Yeah, he's.
well, here's the thing.
Oh, that's right.
I've
That's
got
right.
the Knowledge City, and I would know a lot of the magic users because I was a gadfly. I would visit the schools and see what I could learn.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Do Knowledge City. That would work.
Okay. So let's see. Remember what the good Lord.
20 coming on line 7. Yeah, you're like so you look over at Wraith, you're like, have you ever heard of this guy? And he's like, no, I've never heard of this guy. And you're like, I've never heard of this guy either. I lived at Gate Pass my whole life.
Yeah.
Could be bullshit. Could be a trap.
Exactly.
Does anybody else have Knowledge Local or Knowledge City or Knowledge Gate Pass or Knowledge Orin?
I think everything is a trap. That's why I'm still alive.
I say we go check it out.
Oh wait, I'm eyes and ears of the city, but I can't remember what that.
No, because you rolled a 2. I mean a 5.
Right.
It gives you a +1 to perception.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Eyes and Ears of the City just gives you a +1?
+1 perception, and it makes it a class skill for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
But yeah, I mean, you never heard of this guy. But again, you didn't go to the school in Gate Pass either, the magic school in Gate Pass either. That is really Vondrum's thing.
Yeah.
So she may know, or he may know about this guy, but Jennifer's not here.
All right. Well, let's put it this way: how many enemies are at your farm, Sargavans or whatever?
Oh, more than I can count. They brought goblins and there's this Scourge is they're gonna kill him. Now he's holed up in the farmhouse, but they've surrounded the place, and I just only he put me outside the window so that I could escape and look for help. And I remembered that I'd had my vision of you guys, and I knew that you would help us.
Well, it
Please.
sounds like we might be able to get you away, but if what you say is true, we're not enough of a force to do anything about that.
Oh no, you have so many horses and you're all warriors. You could send a Scourge packing and save my father. Please help me. Please help my father.
Is there
She
a
seems
pla-
genuinely distressed by the idea of her father getting zapped by the Scourge.
Well, shit.
Yeah, she seems. I mean, she cuts a very sympathetic picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it too.
And I roll a very crappy roll.
Look at that, natural 20.
Natural 20. There's a lot of 20s getting thrown around tonight. Arendar, so you guys, I'm assuming you guys like ride up on your horses.
Right.
And so you see this girl she's talking to Wraith and Titus. Arendar, with a natural 20, you think she's legit, man. I mean, you know that you put it together this way. You know that the Scourge is operating out here. And according to the mercenaries that you interrogated just this morning, you know that there were several mercenary bands that were hunting or trying to interdict magic users escaping from Gate Pass. If this guy moved away from Gate Pass, it could be that his name was known to the Scourge when they took Gate Pass, and they just came out here and it's like, all right, here's one, let's go get him. And they sent a crew out here, which sounds, I mean, that's, to your mind, that sounds like what's happening here.
Well, he said Arendar would.
So I'm gonna send Lorelei out.
He would lean to Wraith and say, "I think she's legit, dude."
And as for Ono, how old are you?
18.
18. And you have a lovely young woman who's in obviously a fair amount of distress, worried about her father, that kind of stuff. You're a bit of a smitten kitten.
Yes.
Now,
You hear me, Lewis? I'm gonna send Lorelei out.
I'm sorry?
I'm gonna send Lorelei out to kind of do a recon and see what's going on at the farmhouse. If she'll tell them what's going on. It's close, right?
Yeah, it's about a mile away, maybe 3/4 of a mile away. You could see the buildings from here, but they're off in the distance. You can't. They're too far away to see individual people, but you can see the business, the buildings off in the distance.
Okay. I'm gonna have her fly, and she flies at 60, so she can move pretty quickly.
All right, so she's gonna fly out there. So yeah, so she flies over what is essentially a pretty well kept farm, especially interestingly so. It seems both pretty substantive for what is essentially a one-man operation, and very tidy, very neat, very set up. There's 4 buildings if you count some of the outbuildings. One which is obviously a farmhouse, another which looks to be a pretty significant barn. You don't see any horses or in it, but it strikes you because you're looking through her eyes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see one that looks to be like a horse barn. You don't see any horses, but it's pretty substantive. It's bigger than the house, frankly. And then you see an outbuilding to the north, which looks to be maybe a granary of some sort, and then an outbuilding to the south, which is probably the smallest building, which looks to you like maybe a tool shed or something like that, a place to keep tools or storage or that kind of thing. You do see that there are several people around the farmhouse, what they look to be sort of scattered about. And give me a perception check for what was I can never remember the name of your
Lorelei.
Lorelei. Give me a perception check from Lorelei. 12. You're too high up, but as you're looking through Lorelei's eyes, there's something wrong about the way that there's probably you see probably probably close to 10 or 11 people out front of outside of the farmhouse, sort of like meandering around. Some of them are what look to be half orcs or hobgoblins. Others look, I mean, they look at first glance they look human, but there's something off around them. They move jerkily. I don't know if Lorelai's flying pretty high. She doesn't want to get too close to these guys in case they have bows, but I mean, she could go a little closer and roll that perception check again.
Yeah, are we moving forward? Just if we're a mile away, we probably ought to get moving if we're going to help this person. But yeah, I'll have Lorelai go in closer to take a better look.
Okay, give me another perception.
And I think at this point, Arendar believes this girl, so
Ooh, that's a pretty solid perception roll. So the Lorelai flies a little lower and immediately goes back up in the air because as she got closer, those humans that she thought were odd are actually skeletons dressed in armor and carrying big rusty sabers. But they're all just sort of standing around outside this thing. She also saw a goblin, and there was a couple of goblins moving around behind the building as well.
Okay.
So the bulk of the creatures are out front, like where the front door would be. But there are a couple of goblins, what look to be to her mind, or to your eyes too, to be goblins, sort of hanging around out back just to make sure. What your guess is to make sure that somebody doesn't escape out the back door.
Does it look like we could go to the back and get into the house as a point of attack?
There is a door back there that she saw, but it looks like, well, it's closed, and the windows. There are several windows on the farmhouse, and they are all shuttered, and they're probably barred from the inside.
So it doesn't look like they've broken in yet. He's still.
No, they're kind of like hovering around outside, like they're trying to figure out what to do.
Okay, so I'll Lorelai can come back and she'll basically say that maybe we can scoot around back, get into the house with the help of the daughter, and maybe we can, fight them from inside the house or take them one at a time from the doors. Maybe.
What do you think, gents?
I'm in.
I'm going to remount.
Okay.
Basically, once Arendar said she's legit. And so now we have the intel, so it seems like we're going to charge that direction.
Are you guys going to ride with your horses into that area, or are you going to try and approach by stealth? Because they'll see you coming if you guys are on horseback.
I don't know that stealth is really all that optimum at this point, because that takes longer. If we're trying to save this guy from an incursion that's at his front door, we need to get there quicker.
Certainly get closer than a mile, right? You said we're a mile away right now?
Between 3/4 and a mile away. You could get closer, certainly, and then dismount if you want.
And it's also beneficial if we're trying to save him to be noticed as we get there, not
Right, distract them away from him.
Want him to know there's another threat, and then we'll take it away from him.
Yeah.
So I'd say horses until we get to the outskirts, tie them up, and then run in guns a-blazing.
All right. Is that what you want to do? Do you guys want to ask her any questions?
Well, we've got a nice long ride.
Yeah.
All right. So you give her a horse?
And
Yeah.
That, or if she's right in front of me, I would give her an arm up on the mine.
Yeah.
Which draws a very weird look from Ono. Ono's like, and Ono's like, I'll take her with me.
Oh no, she's not naked. Calm down.
All right.
Okay, so all right, so you guys ride up. How close do you want to get? Like a couple 100 yards, or do you want to just ride up on the place?
About 100 yards away, yeah.
Okay,
We want to be able to tie up the horses to where they're relatively safe.
well, I mean, between you and the farmhouse, there's a fairly well-tended orchard too that this guy is apparently growing. So there's plenty of trees and a little bit of cover that you guys are able to take advantage of from a point of view of a map.
I like cover.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
And of course, this did not work. So dynamic lighting, freaking piece of crap. All right, hold on.
And you arrive at a completely black screen.
You arrive at a completely black screen, which you cannot see, and no one will ever see. All right, let's try this to see if it works. Of course not. No, it didn't work. But this is crazy. Oh, it did kind of work. All right. So actually, let me see if I can't. What's this? Let's try this too. There we go. Well, that really didn't help very much, did it?
Well, it does quite a bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you scroll up, it looks like it helped quite a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, well, all right. So you guys can see a fair amount of what's going on. So a couple things. So you guys, so this isn't necessarily an accurate representation of where you guys are. You're probably about 100 yards back. You do see the outbuilding, which Lorelei described as maybe a tool shed over here. This is the main building. The blue lines represent windows, and you can see that there are a couple of goblins wandering around out this back. This is obviously the back of the building. There's a really nice sort of fence over here that's built and sort of extends outward. This is really a well-tended farm. And then you can't see those guys out front, but there are guys out front.
This is thinking this.
I know.
That's what I was thinking.
What he said.
Yeah,
So I've-
absolutely.
So I've got you guys with your horses. If you want to dismount, you can do that. You have Kristen with you, as you can see. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to dismount.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then are we moving without initiative, or are we rolling initiative?
You're moving without initiative right now. You haven't come into contact with anybody, and the people that you can see, you don't seem to be. I mean, as far as you can tell, they haven't noticed you yet.
So can I see people in this building?
As you approach, yeah. Well, at first you can hear them, and it sounds like you hear the chittering of goblinoid, and you hear crashes, that kind of stuff. It sounds like a couple of goblins are searching a place and looking for loot.
And this thing here, is that a bush, a tree?
That's
What is
a
that?
tree.
Okay, so if I wanted to move with stealth, I could get up into here and use the tree as cover,
Sure.
and then a stealth roll.
Mm-hmm.
27.
27. That's pretty good. Let's see if the goblins can beat that, because their perception checks are so damn high. Let's have a look. Goblin warrior. Perception is. Where's it? It's not even listed. Oh, well, it's -1. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll it, see if I beat a 27 on a -1. Let's see if that happens. No, I got a 5. So yeah, so you are easily able to stealth up. In fact, Ono, I can see you moving forward. You can see Ono, who's not really being all that stealthy at all. He's just sort of out there in the open, and he's just sort of walking right up. But you can, from where your position is, Wraith, you can see that there's at least 2 goblins in there, and it looks like they're tossing the place. They're looking around. There's some apples in a crate that they, they're like, what is this? I hate that. You speak goblinoid? You don't speak goblinoid.
I do
Ono,
not.
I don't. I speak only common, actually.
Okay, these guys are. Your guess is that they're speaking in common, and they're just sort of throwing things around, looking for any sort of portable loot, that kind of thing. They do find some tools and stuff, and they're just sort of tossing it around. Further, Wraith, you see over by the farmhouse, there looks to be at least 2 or 3 goblins who are sort of like hunkered down around the house, and they're to your eyes, they're definitely trying to stay out of the way of the windows, because they've probably been warned that this guy might be a magic user, but they look like they're sort of keeping an eye on, in case this guy decides to escape out the back. There's several of them, so they can go run and get help.
Okay.
So they're not looking at us, they're looking the other way.
They're looking the other way.
What about me?
That's what goblinoid sounds like right
Oh,
there.
you know what? I just realized I've got comprehend languages spell.
Do you want to waste it on these goblins?
No, but I don't.
That could be a magic missile or some other kind of offense as well.
All right.
What about the rest of you? So Wraith, you're in stealth under that tree, hiding out there. Oh no, you're just sort of standing out in the middle of the field, kind of like, I'm here, buddy. You get the impression that he's trying to impress Kristen. Arendar, Titus, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Is Wraith letting us know that there's goblins in that building there?
I don't know. I
at
don't know
this
how
point-
he would.
At this point, I'm in stealth, so I don't know that I would be able to tell you much of anything.
We see you sneaking. Have you
As you guys
yeah.
get close, you
I-
get,
have you raised a bow and pointed an arrow at one of these guys, or
Assuming that while I'm sneaking, they can still see me because I'm not trying to sneak from them. I would.
yeah,
do
they
the,
would. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do the hand sign for 2 and in that building.
Kind of that like that.
I don't know what all that was about. I was thinking more along the lines of 2 that way.
Okay.
okay?
Well, and as you guys approach, the rest of you guys approach, you guys can hear them. They don't seem to be making any attempt to be stealthy inside that tool house. They're just sort of like going through things, and every once in a while, like a tool or a piece of cabbage or something like that will fly out, out of the front here, and they're just sort of looting the place.
Okay. When Wraith's doing that, Arendar's gonna point at his eyes and then point at the guys up at the house. And then he's gonna start moving towards stealthily. Well, try to do stealthy. He's not as stealthy as his brother, but he's gonna try and get to right here stealthy.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll. Okay. Yeah, you don't think that you've been heard. You pass Ono, and Ono gives you, a clap on the back, and you get close. These guys are just like, you can hear them nattering on in, even with the 7 stealth, they don't hear you, man. These 2 guys in there are making a ton of noise. They're going through a bunch of stuff. They're biting the apples. They're stomping on the cabbages. Kristen will tell you, Titus, that that is where they, this is a little outbuilding where they press cider. They store some of the plows and some of the tack for their tack animals, which they don't know where they are anymore. You can see out here. There's like a little table that has like a couple of boxes and stuff on it that they've put up there. It's like a work area.
Okay. Since Ono's right next to me, I'm gonna turn back to him and whisper to him, I'll take the far one, you take the close one.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna rush in.
All right. Ready.
So do you want to do a called initiative for the first round and then?
Well, no, you guys will get, so they're rolling such crappy such crappy perception checks. They have no idea that you guys are here. So I mean, you will get a surprise round right off the bat, no question. Then we can roll a proper initiative once you've attacked them.
Okay, so I'm moving up, scooting between this guy to get to about right here, and then attacking the guy to the north of me.
So you just run in there.
Yeah.
Okay. They're like, so they turn around, they're like, ah! That kind of thing. And, goblins are like, what the hell? Ah!
Right.
15. All right, let's take a look. AC is, so at the do you have any bonuses on that? 15?
They're flat-footed.
That's true. Damn it, that is pretty bonus. Flatfoot is 14, so that is a hit.
All right. On the paper. All right, buddy. Okay. Should I hit mine?
Yeah.
Here it comes.
So you get a single. Yep.
Damn it.
Miss. You tried to kick him.
All right. Can I hit him again?
Nope, not this round.
All right.
We had to use one of our actions to move up to him, and the other action to get a single attack.
Got it.
All right, so their falcata smashes into this guy and literally takes his arm off. So he's like, ah, and then he's like, ah, that kind of thing. As his arm is just like, you just clunk into him, and it's like chop, boom, plop, and the goblin looks down, and he's like, ah, that kind of thing, blood squirting out, and kind of thing. He is still alive, but relatively freaked out. The other guy sees Ono coming in. Ono leaps up, throws a flying kick at the guy, and he dodges out of the way, and then sort of like moves backwards. Like, whoa, where did these guys come from? These guys are freaking out. Let's roll for an ish. Well, Wraith, did you want to take advantage of the oh, he's not there. Okay. Did you guys want to? Did Wraith want to take advantage of something? Do you think?
He probably would have either shot at one of the ones we're attacking or shot at one of the ones in the house.
Okay.
That's my guess. Yeah, let's get initiative done, and then we can always backtrack and give him.
Okay. Should I roll initiative?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Can do. All right. Woo, there we go. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to highlight. Oh no, I'm sorry.
That's okay. What'd you roll? 21?
21.
Okay, hold on a second. Let's just get you in there. There you go. All right. First. Okay.
Owen, keep your markers up here, please. Right there. Good job. It's almost time for bed.
No,
No, he doesn't think so. Okay. Okay. That's all we'll have for right now. These guys are not dealing with that. All right. So, is everybody on there? Did I miss anybody?
Oh, hang on.
Oh, and Chuck, you've still got whatever
Yeah.
action you want to do for last round.
Yeah. Did you want to do like a surprise round, a single round?
So this building is open to the front, right?
This whole area that you're basically looking directly into the building. Yeah.
And so this is just like a workbench.
Uh-huh.
So how much cover does this thing get from there being a workbench?
From you, +2 cover. Because it's small. It's a goblin.
And this one back here, what happened to it?
Nothing.
Oh no, tried to kick him in the face and missed.
Okay. Well, I know that Arendar hit this one, correct?
He's missing an arm.
Cut his arm off.
Okay. So this, I'm going to do a single attack at this one.
Okay. Titus, did you roll initiative?
No. Let me do that.
27 to hit.
Which one are you shooting?
The one that Ono missed.
Okay. Arrow comes whipping in there. Are you within 30 feet? No. Okay.
So
But
he
7
takes 7 points of damage, plus 5 points of sneak attack damage because he's flat-footed.
because he's flat-footed. All right. So that arrow is going to take him in the side of the head. So oh no, you get that foot up there. You miss him. He staggers back a bit, and all of a sudden you hear shook, and you know it's like Steve Martin, right? You've got Fletcher's on one side and Arrow on the other. It's just kind of, and you see the goblin sort of like, and he goes down. The other guy begins screaming even louder because he's like, "What? You know, my arm is off, and my friend is dead."
And in Hobgoblin, he says, "Where the fuck that arrow come from?"
Where did that arrow come from? All right, so now we get into initiative, and at the top of the order is Wraith again.
So I'm going to try to shut this guy up.
Okay.
Now
he gets +2 on the cover.
Right. I'm trying to decide whether I should do. I'm not going to move, so I'm going to do rapid shot.
Okay. Ooh, natural
Possible crit.
20. It's not going to matter. He's got 1 hit point left.
And a 25 for the second one.
And a 25 to hit. Yeah, both of those arrows will hit. So shook, shook. One goes in the socket of his chopped off arm. The other one goes in his right ear. And he goes down like a bag of bricks. And all of a sudden, you know, all the screeching that he was doing, this goblin was doing, is suddenly cut off as if somebody just hit the button and turned it off, and he goes down.
And not to self-promote, but that kind of sounds to me a little bit like a verm.
That does.
Ooh, it does. So yeah, he only hit by 1 person. That is a verm. Chuck gets on the big board. Chuck, have you got any verms this year so far? Is this your first one?
No, because people have been stealing them from me this whole time.
Well done. $5 to St. Jude's, buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right, and I think I should make. I got to check, but I think that verm puts us over for our donations to St. Jude's. I think that puts us at $100. We've crossed into 3 digits.
Well, I'm not finished yet, so
Okay.
give me a minute.
All right. Well, that ends your turn. I mean, you end your round.
Right.
So that ends it. Give me a perception check real quick. 29. Yeah. So you know that this goblin screeching after your brother cut his arm off
Mhm.
has gotten the attention of these other goblins. They are now looking to the south instead of at the thing, and you can
Okay.
see them sort of moving. Hey, is everything all right? You didn't put any popsicles in my recycle bin, did you? Dude. Sorry, I just cannot stand popsicle wrappers in my recycle bin.
I hear you, man.
Get out! Get out with your popsicles! Sorry, my youngest son. He puts his disgusting popsicle wrappers in my recycle bin, and it makes me crazy because I have to pick them out. But those guys. Oh, so back to business. Those guys are now looking south. Wraith, you're pretty sure they do not see you, but they certainly heard their friend getting his arm chopped off.
Have they moved?
Not yet, but they're gonna.
Okay.
Arendar, you're up. Give me a perception. And polearm too. 13. Yeah, you're focused on the guy, so you don't see. You were getting ready for another strike on that goblin to take off his other arm. But Poe, you see those guys. They are beginning. Those other goblins are beginning to move southward. Except for one of them, you don't. Well, never mind. Never mind. Pay no attention.
Say heads up, there's more coming to Arendar.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
So Arendar, what do you do?
If I glance out at Wraith, what am I seeing? Am I just seeing Wraith just look towards the house and that's it?
Well, he's got his bow in his hand, and he just aced that
Right.
dude in front of you. But yeah, he's
Right.
looking north.
Yeah.
Well, before I went in there, he'd already messaged me that there was 3 of them close to the house.
Okay.
Right.
But if he's not saying or doing anything else, then I'm going to assume we're still in combat mode. So I'm
Well, and that's kind of a good question. So I took my turn. Communication is free. Is nonverbal communication free?
Sure. Depends on what it is. I mean, you can't like
Well,
write a
no.
message to him and throw him.
Exactly. So, but if he looks at me, I'll do the same thing. 3.
Yeah, you could do that.
So he knows that there are 3 more up by the house. The
okay.
same ones as before.
So,
Okay, So what do you do?
10, 15, 20, 25. So 30 gets me to there.
Okay. So you could tell that these 3 guys see you. They don't look happy about it. They're like, what's this guy? Because you got that big ass Volcana in your hand, which now has goblin blood on it, which they recognize as goblin blood, and they are probably under no illusions as to what just happened to their friends.
And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Okay. That's his second move action?
Yep.
Okay, so you just run up there. This guy's like, like the orcs in the, in the Ride of the Rohirrim in Return of the King. They're sort of backing. He's backing up towards the house. Not entirely sure. They've got those weird sort of goblin knives that they carry around with them. Those rusty curved blades that they have.
Dog stickers.
Yeah, dog stickers. He's like, you're a human. You're twice his size. You got a sword that's 3 times his size. He's, you might end up stepping in a little bit of goblin shit. But that's you. Oh no, what do you do? Now Poe's right there next to you. There was arrows in this guy, so you know that Wraith had pretty much done it.
All right, those 2 guys are dead. I'm feeling a bit embarrassed that I kicked at this guy and missed. I'm feeling self-conscious. I'm 18 and proud, so I'm gonna run out and I'm gonna run after my friend Arendar, and I'm gonna, do I see goblins to the
You see him.
north? Can I run toward the one right here?
Sure, if you want.
Okay. How far can I get?
Well, you've
toward him?
moved 1, 2, 3 squares, so you've moved 15 feet already. You've got a pretty high speed, though. What's your speed?
I believe it's 40. I mean,
40 sounds right.
I think
40.
40. Yeah, that sounds right for a barbarian.
But you can
So
get
you
over it.
have another 5 squares. So you can get to him, but it will take you both move actions.
Right.
1, 2, 3. So can I get to here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But you won't be able to do anything else.
That's fine.
Now that guy is starting to shit himself.
Bah.
All right, so the southern ones are dead. So now it is the northern ones. This guy is going to desperately try to stick Arendir with his little dagger looking thing, which is essentially a short sword for them. So he's going to attack, make an attack on Arendir. Does that 8 hit you?
That's close.
Okay.
Okay. This guy is going to do a full withdraw. He just basically sees you coming. And so, oh no, you're kind of coming up to this guy and you're like, aha. And he's like, screw this. And he turns around and runs and just leaps over this fence, which isn't very high, but it would be difficult terrain.
Okay, he needs to do an acrobatics check.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
I want to see him run and like smack right into the fence.
It'd fall down in front of his flat.
All right, acrobatics check.
That's something the
coming
goblin
up.
will do. They got big heads.
Yeah, he goes over that fence. He actually throws his dagger over and grabs the fence and leaps over. This guy goes up here. He's going to this fella.
Oh, no.
And so he goes over that fence and he goes around the building out of sight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. And this guy sees his friend and he bails too. So let me check the speed on that. He's like, screw this. What is there? Okay, 30. So, okay. So he's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Acro check. Arendar, you hear what sounds like something running really hard into a fence sounds like. And it's like bonk, and then you hear Wah! as a goblin, and he stopped there, and he's actually on his ass. He ran smacked into the thing, so he's like trying to figure out what happened. But that is it for those guys. But so next round I will have to add a few things. Hold on. I know.
Oh, it's almost time for bed.
It's way past time for bed if I'm reading my clock right.
No joke.
Mr. Blister. All right, so that's the goblins. Titus, you're up. So you're still in the back with Kristen. You haven't dismounted yet.
Yeah, I have.
Have you? Okay, then she would have as well.
Because she's a copycat.
Exactly.
I'm gonna turn to her and say, any suggestions about where we should go or where we can position ourselves to either listen in and find out, or a good defensive position?
I can only tell you that my father will probably be in the dining room. It's the only room that only has one way in. That's in the back of the house, which is and she'll point and she say, this window leads into there.
Okay, then let's make our way that way. So let's see. Let's see, 5, 10, 15. So as I pass by Wraith, I let him know what we're doing.
Which is?
That we are going towards that one window for her father who's in the dining area. So keep an eye on us, keep an eye on them, and that's what we're doing. We're gonna try to get her dad.
Okay. She's gonna follow you and stick pretty close. So she's gonna be right behind you, just steps behind you, kind of following you. All right, so that's one move action. Are you gonna use another move action to get closer as well?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, let's see. How can I do this and still be, so do I get the same 30 feet?
Yep.
Okay. 2, 3. I'm gonna hide behind Arendar and kind of let him know what we're up to.
Okay.
Okay.
Kristen sticks to you like glue. All right. And as we get to the bottom of the order, pole arm. Poe, what do you do?
I'm gonna move up to and cast bless.
Thank you.
All right. Is it within range of Ono to get that as well?
Yeah, it's 50 feet.
All right. So
Yeah,
everybody
so
has
that should
bless.
cover everybody there.
All right. How long does that last?
Yep,
A
Combat.
long time.
3 minutes.
It's, yeah.
3 minutes. Okay. So long time. All right. Cool. So that is the end of round 1. Several dead. Well, a couple of dead goblins, a couple of problems. However, things are taking a turn for the worse. So I've got to add a few things to the initiative rolls.
I moved
don't have to.
Lorelei up to flank with Aaron there too, bless.
You do. Oh, you move Lorelei too? Okay, perfect. All right, give me a sec here. Ooh-cha. Okay, let's do this. Hold on just a second. I'm sorry, this is taking long. Talk amongst yourselves.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Exactly.
He is the great and powerful Les.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So-
they have...
So Andrew, if Titus came up behind Eridar, say, hey, we're gonna go try and get her dad.
Yep.
He would say, yeah, as soon as this guy's dead, I'll cover you while you get her dad and get those two out of here.
Perfect.
All right. Sorry. Okay. Why is this? It doesn't make any sense. Ooh, that's good though.
No, it's not.
I think it's good. I like it.
But you didn't get 3 in a row.
No, that would be crazy. That's cheating.
That's cheating. Anyone who gets 3 in a row is cheating.
There's no way anybody could do something like that. I mean, it just defies all the laws of mathematics. Okay. All right. So we go into round 2. And still at the top of the order is Wraith. So Wraith, give me a perception check. Real quick.
Nope.
Okay, never mind. So you don't see that guy over there by the fence. You do see the guy that Arendar's fighting, and you did see the guy that Ono was fighting hop over this fence and get on the other side. Your guess is that he's spilling the beans to everybody out there.
Yeah. Well, and I know that the guy that was over here ran around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume that that's what he's doing.
Yeah, you just can't see him. And with the one, you didn't even hear the fence bonk, which is kind of sad, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. All right. So,
Humorous, yeah.
so I'm going to move to here.
Okay.
Let me make sure.
Break stealth.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to. But then I'm gonna shoot this guy,
All right.
and from this angle, I get the benefit of Lorelei. Correct?
Like from flank? You're looking for a flank there?
Yeah.
I think we can be more over this way.
Yeah, you would need to be more.
She's almost
more
directly
like
north of me.
yeah, more like here. I'm thinking.
Well, I can move to any of those
Yeah.
spots. So
If you were here, that would work.
Yeah.
okay, so I'm gonna move to
Okay.
there
Okay.
so that I can get flank.
Right. Are you a rogue?
Yes, I am.
Oh shit! Here comes some sneaky damage, isn't it?
Okay.
No, actually not. 11 is not.
A 12 to hit. I have bless.
It's not going to work.
And then it becomes 14 with flanking. That's still not enough.
Yeah.
Their AC is 16.
All right.
So I move here and then I miss.
Okay. That's it for you?
Yep.
All right. These guys are going to come over here. And then move into this area and spill their guts to these guys. While he does that, he is going to, what is he going to do? Yeah, he's gonna move over this way. And join these guys. This guy's gonna come over here as well. All right. Oh no, give me a perception check.
Yes, sir. Can do. Find my. Oh, am I on mute?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, good, great.
Good.
Perception check coming up. There we go.
13. You hear the sound of a muffled voice speaking in some sort of language that you don't know. What languages do you speak?
Just common.
Just common. Okay, yeah, it's not a language that you know. But then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You start to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Skeletons begin to line up
Jesus.
at that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Line up at that fence and begin to climb the fence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There seem to be several, and they are now climbing over the fence. Now they've done both of their movement rates, but now they've got, like, you can see their bony hands. The fence is not that high, maybe 4 feet. So they're not really climbing over it. They're more like sort of just mounting, going over it, that kind of thing. They're kind of like bouncing over it. But yeah, there's several, and you can see a couple behind them as well.
I see.
Arendar, you're up.
Okay. I shout, skeletons.
Skeletons.
Particularly susceptible to boot to the head.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. Arendar, what do you do?
Okay. He's about to yell to Ono to cover that side, but when he just yelled back skeletons, yeah, okay, he's got that covered. I'm going to swing at this guy. So it's going to be a +3.
For flank?
Wow, that still missed.
That's still missed at an AC. Yeah, he's dodging arrows. This guy is like, he's starting to think that maybe he can win.
Yeah, he thinks he's invincible right now.
He's like, I've got you guys right where I want you. Do you want to move or anything?
Nope.
He's chittering away, at least in part, from this unfathomable defensive success, and 2 from his 2 idiot friends running away, which he's mad about. But he's got that dog sticker out. He's trying to get you with it. Oh no! What about you? You see these skeletons coming? They're gonna be over that fence next round, and they're gonna be coming at you.
Help me. Hold on. Sorry.
All right,
I-
Oren, you have to play your dad's character. Oh, he's back. Okay, good.
Sorry. I was escorting a giant slug to the backyard.
Oh, okay.
I'm overrun by slugs. It's weird. Never mind. That's a lot of information. Anyway, so to my left, to the west, is that a door right there?
It is a window,
A window.
and it's shuttered and
Mhm.
likely barred from the inside. Because what
Okay.
Kristen told you is that her dad Hadid is inside, sort of hunkered down, trying to avoid to avoid these guys.
Okay. I'm not keen on dashing forward and engaging what I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skeletons. And
Looks like it.
are they armed?
Yeah, they have big rusty sabers.
Sabers.
Yeah,
Are
there's
they
no such thing as a
finding
defensible position, but that square right there would probably be the best defensible position you could do.
do they have bows?
No bows.
Good. All right, great. I'm gonna run actually here, and I'm gonna pound on the window. We're here to rescue you. Open up. Bang, 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 bang. Open
Okay.
up, please.
Hold on a second. All right, so you're banging on the shutters.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta do a quick perception check. All right, there's a pause, and you hear from inside what sounds to be
Mhm.
a
Oh,
fairly
no.
grumpy old man's voice that's like, "I didn't need rescuing, and I didn't ask for it."
Oh, well, all right. Fine.
Then we're here to help them.
We're
Oh,
here
if
to
you
help
need
you.
this, sons, I was doing just fine.
You do that.
We're here to help you.
Off.
Your home is surrounded by skeletons and goblins. Please allow us to help you.
For your help. Now get out of here. I'm taking care of it.
Okay.
All right, so you bang on that thing, and that's what you hear from inside. And it sounds like he may be a couple of rooms away. You're not sure, but
Come to let us in, or we'll sell his daughter.
he seems pretty cranked about the whole thing. Like, I didn't ask for your help, and I don't need it.
Okay.
Which you're just like, you absolutely need it. You're one dude, and these guys are here to kill you. All right, so these guys.
Can I move at all?
Sure.
Can I move toward the south toward my friends?
Yep.
How far can I go? 4?
Yeah, I think just I mean, you kind of like ran over there, bonked on the thing, and then you're finishing the rest of your move.
Owen, have a seat, please, son. All right. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Over.
Okay, these guys, they are going to get in a position.
Bye.
Owen, okay. I have to wash your face too. All right.
No.
Okay. You still hungry?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Actually, they're going to go around this way. Okay. All right. Where did he go?
That's the guy splatted in the fence.
That's the guy in the fence. Okay, so he is going to use an action to stand up, and then he's going to try and climb over the fence, which he will successfully do. And then he is going to run that way until he gets out of the way. All right, Titus, you're up.
So what I've heard, I don't know, his conversation, or I mean, his part of it.
Yeah, you would have heard that. Well, yeah, you're pretty close. You're close enough. You could hear that. He was yelling in there. He's like, "We're here to help you." You wouldn't have heard the other guy.
So I turn to the young woman and say, "Hey, you probably heard what I heard. What's going on?"
My father is a very proud man and somewhat stubborn. Please believe me when I tell you that he's in mortal danger from these men.
Well, then maybe you should go to the window and tell him to let us in.
Can you not? There's so much danger here. You are strong warriors. Can you not help him, please?
We're going to help him, but we need your help to help him.
But I don't know what I can do. I could try.
I
I
just
mean,
asked you to go to the damn window and tell them to let us in.
please don't yell at me. You're making me sad.
I'm beginning to think you might be full of bunk.
Okay, she runs over there. She seems frightened, but she runs over here and she's like, you can hear her sort of like smacking on the way. She's like, Father, please, these men are here to help you. I've fetched them for us. They're here to help us. You don't hear any response from inside. There may be one, but you can't hear it from where you are.
All right, well, I better go peer
go
in the
up?
window.
Well, the window is shuttered, closed. So, and you know, you could tell by, you know, she's smacking on it and the movement of the shutters, you could tell that there's a bar on the other side. It's barred. You don't hear any response from in there as you come up. And she looks at you and says, he says he's willing to fight. I don't know what to do.
Sir, we're here to help you fight. Let us in.
You stay away from my daughter.
She's standing right next to me. Let us in.
You haven't done anything to her, have you? And if you do, I'll kill you where you stand.
Let us in.
Scourge
and find
bastards.
out.
So you hear this guy in the room, and he sounds like he's just a crusty old bastard and is unwilling to come out. But he's also
Then
unwilling to let you guys in. It sounds like.
Well, then sounds like I may need to use a little diplomacy.
A little diplo. Let's see what happens. Try to get on his good side. 15. What do you say?
I say I'm a lot more charismatic and diplomatic when you can see this pretty face. Open the window, please.
I haven't done anything like that since college. Get out of here. It was young and silly. I never went back. You see, he's like, you a spellcaster out there, man?
I could be.
Answer yay or nay.
Yay.
All right then. Well, I suppose you could be trusted. And you hear some stomping in there, and it sounds like maybe the opening of he's like, what's in it? Don't do anything crazy.
Like,
We're here. We've already done something crazy.
But it sounds like he may be detaching what sounds to be a pretty complicated shutter lock on the other side.
Oh, it's one of those old people that has 20 locks on their door.
Yeah, because they don't want the paper boy to get in.
Right.
All right, so he's doing that. Do you do anything else? You hear him mumbling in the back. Better
I
be a spellcaster,
turn
that's
around
all I
and
have to
let
say. Not
let
putting
my
enough
comrades know that I believe he's going to be letting us in once he undoes all the 20 deadbolts.
Okay, so that's your turn? Or
yeah, I guess.
flame strike on the wooden house.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll burn the house down.
He'll be coming out of there momentarily. Poe, what do you do?
I'm gonna move up next to Wraith. I'm gonna cast a skew balance on the goblin. So it's a DC 14.
It's a DC 13. Is that a reflex save?
DC 14 fort save.
Fort.
Otherwise he falls prone.
Okay, let me see. Where's the saves at? Fort save. They actually, well, for goblins, they have decent fort saves. I guess it's not going to be not going to be a walk in the park. So, oh, he made it. So what happens is there half or he just doesn't fall?
No, it's just a cantrip. It doesn't do anything.
Okay. Made his save, natty 19. That guy is holding his water. He's gonna be goblin chief if he comes out of this okay.
heck yeah.
All right, so that's Poe. Anything else from you?
Nope, I'm just gonna have Lorelei distract to
Okay.
help other people.
All right, we go into round 3. Wraith, you're up, reeling from the poor shot that you took last time that you missed, even with flanking and all this other bonuses that you had. Bless. I mean, it's just embarrassing, really.
Move here
Okay.
and shoot that guy again.
All right. Any
15.
other 15?
Yeah, bless and flanking.
AC 16, dude.
This guy is pretty much like Neo from the Matrix.
Right?
He's dodging it out of the way. That arrow could have hit Neo. Neo, you had to, or oh no, you had to jump out of the way too. Do you get another shot or just the one?
No, just the one I moved.
All right. What are those guys gonna do? They are going to. All right, they have their orders. So they're gonna start doing this. They're gonna come here. And they are going to start kindling a fire at the edge of the thing. So let's start that. They're gonna put some torches to that. So all right, they're gonna do that. They're gonna start lighting that on fire. That's them. He is going to send this guy forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to join these guys. This guy is going to join these guys. Actually, no, he's going to stay right there. And that's going to be it. All right. Skellies. One action to get over the fence. And then one move action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 1. They're going to do that. Oh no, you see two skeletons come around the edge of the farmhouse. They look around and they see you and they begin moving towards you. Arendar, what do? You see two skeletons come around the side too. They've got rusty sabers in their hands and they're like, ah.
I'm attacking Neo.
I think you should leave that goblin alone. He's going to be chief someday and you may need him.
Heck, if he keeps getting missed, I think he's going to be our leader.
Right?
He's going to be our leader.
We're just going to start following him.
To wash your face. All right, buddy.
+3.
So 16.
16 is a hit. 13 points of damage. Well, he only had 9, so that head is coming right off. He dodged. He tried his dodge. He was dodging that final arrow, but he zigged when he should have zagged, and boop, he just popped his head right off, and he drops to the ground, spurting black blood all over the floor. Any movement or anything?
Booga, big booga.
I don't know anything about the left side, correct?
No.
Okay. So,
No one does.
all right. So that being said, I would move to right there.
All right, you're gonna. Well, you've already attacked, so you don't get
Yeah,
a chance
so-
to do it. They see you coming, they're like, ah, jaws drop, and that whole thing. As they come back, so one of them's gonna attack you at least. Oh no, what do you do?
Have a seat, please, buddy. I'm gonna run forward next to my friend Arendar, and
Okay.
I'm gonna smack that guy right there.
Judo chop.
Here it comes.
Boot to
To
the
the
head.
head.
17 to hit. I think that's gonna be it. Yep, AC 16. That's a hit.
Okay, I just did just 4. Jeez, that's
4
terrible.
bludge. It's not nothing. You got him right in the. You got him right in the clavicle. A piece of it broke off, and a couple of ribs snapped off and fell to the ground. But he still has his saber in his hand, and he's still coming for you.
Aren, wait, hold on, buddy. Daddy is fighting a skeleton. Can I hit him again?
Sure. I don't know. Can you?
Well, in
No.
any case,
I was gonna
missed.
say you moved. Yeah, so you only get the one attack.
Gotcha.
All right, but it was a successful attack. Your first of the evening. Okay. Wraith and Titus, give me a perception check.
Okay.
No.
20.
Wraith, you hear the unmistakable sound of people, and you hear it too, Titus. People, creatures surmounting the fence, and then you look over to the left just in time to see 3 half orcs or orcs dressed in armor and carrying good swords at their hips, but in their hands they have crossbows, which they fire. at I think. Well, let's go ahead and do this. Low is Wraith, high is Titus. First guy, Titus. Second guy, Titus. Third guy, Titus. So three crossbows come firing at you. First shot. Ooh, natural 1. Let's confirm that. Does 13 hit you?
No.
That is a confirmed fumble for this guy. Let's see. Now, last night, the laying waste, the fumble chart was not working, and it's not working tonight. So no fumbles tonight. They are all hits. So that hits you. No, it's done. It stops it. So the cord on his crossbow snaps, and the bolt just falls off of the thing, and he's like, "Oh, cheap shoddy crap!" And he throws it down and draws his sword. Next shot. 13 is a miss. 19 hit you from the third guy? All right, that is a hit. Crossbow bolt hits you and does minimum damage, 3 points of damage. And they, the rest of these guys also put down their crossbows and draw their swords. They're going to charge next round. 12 north. What's they gonna do? So I think he's joining the other one. So I'm gonna take these guys off. Titus, it's your turn. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna
Titus?
cry.
You just got shot by a crossbow. Kristen screamed, "Ah!" A high womanly scream as she saw the blood coming out from the shot that hit you. You were like, "It's only a flesh wound."
I am going to send a nice ray of heavenly fire towards those crossbow heathens. What?
Burning hands?
No, heavenly fire.
What's the spell name?
That's his special ability for his
Oh, okay. Celestial Bloodline. Here we go. Heavenly Fire. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at that.
I think it was D4 plus 1 damage.
Starting at first level, you unleash a ray targeting any foe with a ranged touch. Against evil creatures, this ray does D4 plus 1 for every 2 levels you possess. Damage is divine and not subject to energy resistance. All right, so give me a ranged touch. I'll have to check their touch AC. What'd you roll?
Let's see, 6 ranged touch attack, doing 3 points of fire damage.
6?
Yeah.
So it becomes a 7, but that's still not enough.
It's not enough. That's a miss. That's gonna go. That thing's gonna go off into the distance and light in a cherry tree on fire.
Unless the cherry tree is evil, it doesn't really affect it.
Okay, it's not an evil tree. It's a neutral tree, and the cherries are actually quite good. But so that's good. All right. So is that it for you? You can move if you want.
Is that old bastard open the window yet?
Not yet. In fact, he stopped and he's like, "Are they out there? Are they out there? I'm not opening the window. There. I don't care if you're a spellcaster or not. I'm not opening the window if they're out there."
You gonna leave his daughter out there?
Well,
old bastard.
He is kind of crotchety, yeah.
Come on, man, open the window.
Kristen, when all this is over, you and I are going to have a very serious conversation, young lady.
If we're still alive.
About the meaning of stay in the house.
I'm going to
if you'd open the window, she can come in.
Huh?
Well, if you'd open the window, she can come in.
She shouldn't have went outside.
All right, well, hopefully we'll still be alive so you can give her a good scolding.
Then you hear him say something inside. He goes, "Kristen, run to the tool shed." And you see her eyes sort of go, she sort of looks up a little bit and then she turns around and she takes off. 1, 2. And she is running back to that tool shed, back to the thing. And she's just taking off. But so give me a knowledge arcana, Titus, as you see this.
Okay.
I get that too, Les. Can I do that?
Sure.
Let me find out what. Go ahead. Get yours. I'm not.
What'd you get? 8? Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay. Yeah, she just took off. Hey, you heard the guy say, and his voice kind of changed a little bit, but beyond that, you're not sure what's going on. And frankly, you've got bigger fish to fry. There's these 3 half orcs in armor have come around the side, and they are getting ready. They've pulled their swords and they're getting ready to charge you. Behind you, you can hear Arendar and Ono fighting what you saw earlier were skeletons. And now the girl has sort of run to she's running away. So Titus, that was your turn. Poe, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna set my spear for charge, so I can move to next to Wraith and then set my spear, right? For a
Sure.
charge time if they do charge.
Setting it to the west?
Yes, right.
Against the soldiers as opposed to the skeletons? Yeah.
Yeah, yep. And then I'm gonna have Lorelei. So this isn't open yet, right? The shutters?
No, if anything, he's locking them back up.
Okay.
He heard that there were people out there, that was combat out there, and he's like, is that them? Are they out there? And Titus said, yes, they're out here. At which point he started relocking the shutters.
Okay, Lorelei,
After he told his daughter to run away.
Lorelei's gonna run up to the window and in her most pitiful female childish voice, she's gonna say, please, sir, help us. Let us in.
Who the hell are you?
We are here to help you, but there are too many out here. We need to come in so we can work with you inside the house.
Sounds like a trick to me.
Well, your daughter brought us.
She wasn't supposed to do that. We had this well in hand until you guys showed up, and now it's chaos. Chaos, I tell you.
You know what? Let's stop trying to save this old man and get the hell out of here. Wonder heavy attack.
All right, so Polearm, you doing anything else? Or Lorelei does it? You don't hear him unlocking the lock. He doesn't seem at all sympathetic. You try a diplomacy or a deception check or something.
I mean, she doesn't really have. She can roll just a plain diplomacy.
You can try it. I mean, Titus got. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Titus got somewhere, but the guy. So I mean, Titus could tell you that the guy seemed to be a little bit more open to the idea when Titus told him that he was a spellcaster, a fellow spellcaster. So maybe that's how to get at this guy, but otherwise he's a pretty curmudgeonly old dude. All right, so that is the end of round 4 or round 3. We go into round 4, and Wraith is up. These soldiers are coming after you guys, flat out.
I'm going to move to here. Say something to Kristen about explain to me why I shouldn't put arrows in your father when this is over with.
Kristen ran. Oh, you're running down to you say, why shouldn't I kill your father?
And then I'm going to try to shoot this one.
Okay.
16 to hit.
Let me check AC. Oh, no. That is a miss.
Okay.
They are wearing partial plate mail. So you can hear it ding off of the mail that they've got underneath their clothing.
Okay.
They're wearing sort of uniforms, but the shot hits the chest plate and spangs off. They're wearing breastplates, armored breastplates.
Okay. Well, if I hit him in the chest, I have his attention.
Oh yeah. So you see him, and the arrow spangs off, and you see him sort of turn to you, and he's got his sword, and he begins sort of like crab walking toward you. You recognize these guys. He's trying to dodge any further. Boy, that's a good freeze on my video, by the way.
That is. That's awesome.
That's solid. He's trying to sort of like kind of dodge out of the way. It's like he's going to approach you, you think, but he's trying to zigzag a little bit to make it harder for you to shoot. It's not going to have any effect, but what it tells you is that he is definitely military.
Yeah, and I have his attention.
Yeah, you definitely do, because he's coming towards you now.
That was the point.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Ono, Arendar, everybody close to the farmhouse. So I guess that's only the only person that's not is Wraith. Give me a quick perception check. Natty Twunzo,
You know everything.
21. Look at these things.
Yeah, we can see the bad things coming. We just can't hit them.
29? Look at these percepts. You guys are like the most observant guys around.
Too bad we can't swing.
Well, when anybody that gets over a 15, you guys smell smoke and it's coming from the front of the house. And you can see a little runnel of smoke coming up out of the front.
I don't give a shit anymore. That guy can smoke like a ham for all I care.
With that 30 perception, I know about these guys, right?
Yeah, you know about those guys now.
And I know these guys are heavily armored, and these guys are much more of a threat than these guys.
You heard the ting of an arrowhead bouncing off of plate mail. That's a sound you've heard before.
Uh-huh.
You've been around your brother for a long enough time to hear that sound on a couple of occasions. And that's what caused you to look around and you see these guys and you're like, the armor, weapons, army.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're not wearing any sort of Sargavan insignia, but they do seem to be in something akin to a uniform. They're all dressed the same way. And they all look, I mean, it's kind of racist, but they all look vaguely the same. They're half orcs, they're armored the same, they're weaponed the same, they have the same kind of material, like standard issue.
That's not racist.
Okay, good. They might be Sargavan irregulars. So
Right.
you know that the Sargavans do not allow anybody in their own army except for Chalaxians, right? But they do have, it's like the Romans, right? To be a Roman soldier, you have to be a Roman, well, not a citizen, but you have to be a Roman at the very least. But the Roman army had a lot of associated groups from a variety of places that were, considered to be irregulars, but were fully capable and military units in their own right and under Roman command.
Okay.
That your guess is that these are some sort of Sargavan irregulars.
Right. Okay.
All right. So you guys smell smoke, see a runnel of smoke going over the top. What is he getting? He's not going to do jack shit. He's going to let his guys do his dirty work. All right. So this guy's going to whip around here, 5-foot step, take on Arendar. These guys are going to come up here and attack Ono. These guys are going to vault. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're just gonna they're coming around to sort of loop around the side. He can't go any further than that. But these guys look like they are going to come around in a U shape and come around on Arendar's flank or something like that. In the meantime, they have sabers, which they are going to try and attack with. And they don't get weirdly, they don't get really high bonuses for these attacks. So, all right, the first one on Arendar, a 4, does that hit you?
Close.
Clang! You parry it easily. Now Ono. Now 3 guys are attacking Ono. So here we go. First attack. 15.
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Second attack. 2.
Merely a flesh wound.
Close.
And a 12. So yeah, no, these guys, so they're skeletons, right? So they're just like, they're skeleton warriors. So they're trying to do this. There's just a lot of them. But they don't get much done. Arendar, your turn. Time to take out some skellies, or are you gonna run away like a big old candy ass?
I am going
I'm
to
voting B, I think.
swing at this guy.
Okay. The guy right in front of you?
My gosh.
9 is a miss, even with bless, which would make it a 11. It's +2 on bless, right?
10.
10. There's no flank here, so yeah, 10's a miss.
Yeah, when you roll a 2 for attack, it's kind of hard to hit things.
It is. Granted, that's a legitimate complaint.
I think for right now, that's,
You want to move? You want to run away? Head to the tool shed with the young girl.
it's not a bad idea, but not for that reason.
Go over and attack Titus. Finally put him out of his misery. That kind of thing.
I probably would call to the other guys. If you guys want to move to the shed to make a stand, we'll pull back, but I'm not moving just yet.
Well, basically, Titus, you heard the guy, and I don't know, Arendar, you probably wouldn't have heard this, but Titus, you heard the
No.
guy tell his daughter, run to the shed and hide, the tool shed and hide, essentially. Run to the shed. And he
Right.
said it in a weird voice, like it was commanding.
Like it was a spell command.
Well, I didn't say that.
Maybe if he would use that spell to keep her in the house.
Yeah.
Tell you one thing, as a parent, I so wish I had that spell.
Oh, man, well, that would be great.
Even one time per day would probably be just amazing.
Mow the lawn. Doing a good job.
That's 2 castings of the spell.
Honestly, if I was a mage and a parent at the same time, that would be the only spell I'd memorize. I'd memorize 4 or 5 commands. That would be my entire spell loadout for a normal Saturday.
And I'm thinking there's at least one parent in this group that would memorize sleep.
I know.
No kidding.
Um,
Oh my God.
Did Oren finally go to bed, or is he still there next to you?
He went to bed. He's probably still awake. He's now bugging Mama. He should fall asleep soon. The problem is today he napped until 5:30 p.m.
He's all wound.
He's wide
Yep.
awake. So
Yep.
now he's in bed. I love him. I'm glad to have a little break. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
Okay.
I love him, but
I love him, but
I'm glad to have
sometimes
a nice
I'm pretty sure my mother said that a lot.
I'm gonna squeeze his head in a vice, that kind of thing. Not a lot, not like a casino, just a little, All right. Speaking of head vices, oh no, you're up. You got
Yes, sir.
3 skeletons trying to attack you. They're all throwing these rusty sabers at you. There's 2 more that seem to be looping around to try and maybe come up at you guys from the south and maybe the southwest to get around you and surround you.
I am gonna beat the hell out of all of these skeletons.
All right.
Here it comes. I'm just gonna start the kick or punch and kick. I'm gonna 18.
18 is a hit. Which one were you attacking? The one next to the wall or the one directly in front of you?
I believe the one right in
One
front
he
of
already
me.
hit.
The one you. Oh, right. Yeah, you already hit that guy. So you booted him. All right. So 6 bludge.
Yes, sir.
Boom. You give him another sock right to the chin, and his chin, the lower jaw that was just going. You kick it off, and it goes flying off into the grass behind him. But he's still sort of like. Now he can't make any noise because he's got no jaw, but he's still up.
He's still standing?
Yep.
Okay, not for long. Damn it.
Ooh, 5 is a miss. He's still standing for long. That's it for you. Do you want to move?
I'm staying right there. I'm gonna kick and punch as many skeletons as I can.
Okay, soldiers. Here they come. This one that. So which one did you shoot, Wraith? The one in front?
Yeah.
You see him lean around. He smacks the guy to his back left on the breastplate. You hear it kind of like clawing. He goes, "You get those 2. I'll get him." And he runs. He's basically going to do a charge action at you. Sword up. Shunk, and he brings it out. So he is going to get -2 on his AC, but +2 on his attack roll with his sword.
How far can they charge?
Double move.
Okay.
Double move. Yeah, he's within range.
Okay.
So that puts him, and you are not going to like this at all because +2 puts him at Whoops, hold on, I gotta get it right there. One attack. Ooh, 14. Even with
No.
+8, he rolls garbage. Jesus. All right. So, and he's at -2 AC, by the way, next turn, depending on what you want to do. These two guys yell out, "Ah!" And they run forward and attack. They do charge on Titus, and they charge on Poe. So Poe with the fixed
Sorry, I
spear.
didn't
They're
hear
not cavalry or anything. What I mean. Do you just kind of like swivel that to sort of take their charge? Is that how that works? I'm just trying to imagine how he
He's
would
basically
impale
Reserved,
him.
and it's,
Yeah,
it
he's
basically
basically
does double damage. If I hit him, it does double damage is what it is.
Yeah. He gets an
Okay.
attack,
So
and yeah, it does double damage since they're moving towards him.
Okay, these guys are both doing charges. So first one on Titus. Ooh, 26. That's a hit, buddy. As he swords into you, you are not going to like this either. 9 points of sword damage as this guy chops at you. The other guy tries to hit Poe. 14. I'm going to guess that's a miss. 14 is your AC. That is your AC, so that's a hit. He hits you 10 points of sword damage. Now, do you get a reaction at this point? Like, not a reaction, but
He gets an attack because
That
he
was-
gets it.
I reserved that, so, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you reserve. All right, so go ahead and take that attack. Remember, these guys have armor on. Ooh, 23 is good enough, though. Yeah, you got him. So double damage on the spear. You swivel that spear and get him right in the abdomen. I was going to say gonads, but that's not really where you get them.
Why do they not have health bubbles?
Ooh, 22 points of damage. He gets you, but impales himself on the thing and falls to the ground as you can feel your spear pierce the armor and go through the underlying chainmail and slide through. You hear that unmistakable sound of metal on bone as this thing pierces its breastplate and goes through his body. He's dead.
Nicely done, dude.
Awesome.
Good work.
What would Titus? So, Andrew, what was Titus's question? What'd you say?
I don't think I had a question.
Somebody said something and I missed it because I was waxing rhapsodic about this death. Did somebody mention a question? Okay, all right, that's cool. Titus, it's your turn. How injured are you? Oh, Titus, you said you can't see their. Can you guys not see their health bars?
Yes,
No, they don't
Yeah,
have
that's what I
bars.
said. I can't see their health bars.
That's what it was. All right, how about now?
And on the skellies as well. None of the
Okay.
bad guys have health bars.
All right, this is one of the last of my shitty,
Pre-bots.
my pre-bought maps
Yeah.
and stuff. So, or pre-bought characters. So, I learned a valuable lesson there. All right, hold on. I'll get these all done. So Titus, you're up while I'm putting these bars on it. What do you want to do? You just got slashed by this guy. Just ran up to you like a psycho and slashed you.
So, good grief. I'm just a poor little old sorcerer.
He's just a sorcerer from a poor family.
Nobody loves him. Orcs are killing him.
Spare him his life from this orc monstrosity.
So let's see what kind of attack. So he's vulnerable with them.
So he's got -2 AC. So he basically charged you. So he got +2 on his attack roll, and he sacrificed for the sacrifice of that. He gets -2 on his AC because he's like headlong charge. So yeah, I mean, if you attack him physically, you get essentially a +2 bonus because his AC is lower.
You need to move away from him, though. You're not equipped to go toe to toe with him.
No, not. So
You're not going to let Eridu tell you that you can't go toe to toe with a half-orc soldier, are you?
But the nice thing is he's got a -2 AC that also affects his touch AC. So if you've got another touch spell, you've got a better chance of hitting him.
Yeah, you could just smack him with something.
Well, wait. So I've got 10 hit points left. I get
More than enough.
+4 on ranged touch, +4 on a crossbow.
So I would use one move to back away from him. And then if you're going to cast a spell at him, then do that from a safe distance.
Yeah, 5-foot step away gives you the range you need to cast the spell.
Actually, I'd use a whole movement to get away from him.
Okay.
Kind of out
Let's
here in
see
the
if I
middle.
can.
Kind of out here in the middle, there's no enemies yet.
Yeah, I'll. Hey, how
You
did
work
Kristen
on
happen to?
She
Get
moves on
away.
your turn and she scooted.
She
She's-
can't do that.
Sure she can. She's running away. She's running towards the tool shed.
Well-
And that's where she went. She went right in there.
Well, I'm going with her.
All right.
I want to see what the hell she's doing.
All right. So you're gonna use. Wait. How many moves you get? What's your speed?
Uh, 40, I believe. Let me.
30.
Really?
There's 30, you get 2 of them.
Oh, okay, yep, it's 30. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you can get there. Fine, no problem. Yeah, even if you had to run around. So yeah, you get there. So basically, so Titus, you just haul ass, and basically you skedaddle out of there. You're doing a full withdrawal, so no attacks of opportunity, and you get into the tool shed, and you see Kristen has essentially gotten, she's sort of ignored the dead goblins, and she's gotten behind a few boxes. She's not really that well hidden. I mean, you can easily see her back there, but she is hiding behind these boxes, and she sees you. She doesn't. I mean, you could tell. I mean, she looks at you. She doesn't say anything, but she's just hiding behind the boxes, kind of thing.
Okay. So I guess I've used all my turn and I can't do anything at this point.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, you're done. Poe, what about you?
I'm gonna follow those 2 clowns.
You get reach with that spear? Can you just pull it out and just stick it in that other guy without moving?
I could, yeah, but I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna move to there.
It's a
Reaction,
full
I'm gonna
retreat.
turn back. I'm gonna turn around to Kristen and say, your dad's a real asshole.
She doesn't say anything, but she kind of goes, yeah. He's a butthole, but I love him.
You know what, I'm gonna have Lorelei flank for raid. Well,
So Kristen looks at you, but she doesn't respond to what you say.
Okay.
All right, that's it for Poe.
yeah, Lorelei, I'm gonna just set up to give a little flank bonus to Wraith if he chooses to use it for the other half orc.
Okay, cool. All right, so we go into round 5, and it's Wraith's turn.
Okay, so I can move and still attack.
Sure.
What does a stealth check count as? Is that an action?
Well, at this point, you're under direct observation, so you really can't stealth out of the
No,
way.
you can't
Well,
stop.
if I move under the tree, I can.
No, you'll still be in view of this guy.
Yeah.
It's not a tree where it's like bushes all the way down. It's got a stump and that kind of stuff. So you can get under there.
something like
You
that.
use the trim, but I mean, he's looking right at you. He just attacked you, so you can't when you're under direct observation, you can't stealth.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
But a 5-foot step back gives you rapid shot still.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
and flanking, which gives you your sneak attack bonus.
That's true. So I'll do a 5-foot step
Okay.
and
You're gonna
rapid
let him-
shot.
All right.
So
All right.
17 and
17 and 15.
17 and 15. 17 will hit.
so it does 6 points of damage, +1 for being within 30 feet, +2 for sneak attack.
So that is
9 points.
9 points. Okay, so it sticks him, and he's like, "Oh!" And you could tell that it hurt him. But he reaches up and he snaps the arrow off. He's like, "Ah!" Oh, he's got the sword, and he's still coming at you. He's still up.
Okay.
All right. The smoke is getting bigger on the other side, coming from the other side of the thing, and now you can see that there's a fair amount of smoke starting to billow into the air. You're not sure what's going on the other side, but something's on fire. Hold on, let me do this now. Okay. All right, he's gonna do. He's gonna do this. So we're gonna do. these two kind of move over here and then pop over here, but that's going to be the end of their thing. Let me do the quick acro. Well, they're just climbing it, so I can do a dex check here. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. Okay, so they do that. He's not doing things. Skeleton's turn. All right, there's still a load of skeletons. So let's just move these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 5, and they get there. So they will get a single attack on Arendar. So 3 on Arendar, 3 on Ono. And they are using their sabers to attack, which is not great, but they are going to. Anybody can get a 20, right? So 3 on Arendar. First, second, third. Any of those hit?
No.
16 at you? Oh no. First, second, natty twunzo. Let's.
I have a AC of 21.
Okay, so natural 20 will still hit.
Okay.
But it does not confirmed. So it's just a regular old hit, which is as good as it's going to get for these guys, I have a feeling. So then you take 3 points of saber damage and
Ow.
maybe tetanus.
It's rusty. Ow.
Yeah, it's rusty.
Ow.
It makes
Fine.
a jagged gouge on your arm.
All right.
Arendar, you're up. These guys are slashing away. You and Ono are surrounded by these guys practically. They're everywhere.
I'm gonna attack the guy that's been wounded.
Okay, the one that Ono, it's directly in front of Ono.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so my attack rolls tonight have been
Shitty.
3, and then a 4, and then a 2, and now a 5.
So
Wow.
even what's the total? Even with bless, with everything, what do you got?
That's only 14.
14's a miss. You missed him. I'm sorry, but that's a miss. All right, you want to?
I can roll natural 20s for perceptions, but I just can't do anything better than a 5 for an attack.
Well, maybe fighter wasn't the way for you to go in career choice.
Right.
This could be. You know, there's still time. You get out of this
Right.
battle. Maybe you could go to that magic school I hear so much about. Become a diplomat. I don't know. There's lots of opportunities in Sargava. Is that it for you?
Yeah.
All right. Oh no.
Okay.
Arendar tried to kill the one. He tried to steal your kill. I don't know if that's legit.
I'm gonna kick the one that I hurt previously. Here we go. 11.
That's a miss.
I'm gonna try it again. Good.
All right.
Wow. There we go.
22 is a
Thank you.
hit.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yes.
He had 3 hit points left, so you basically kick his skull off, and he falls backwards onto the ground
All right.
with a clatter of bones.
Hot dog. All right. One down. One down.
One down. All right. Soldier's time. This guy's going to take a 5-foot step and attack you, Wraith, and try and get at you. He is not charging, so he does not get the extra +2, but he still gets this. 9 is not going to hit, is it?
No, sir.
Okay, so he misses. What's this guy gonna do? He's got so many targets. He's not gonna get involved over there. He knows you're dangerous. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's not gonna get close enough to attack this round. So he's gonna hang back to see what you do. He's not gonna do anything other than that one. No, you know what? He's going to go ahead and move forward. He's going to get right up next to you and try. He's not going to attack because it's two things, but he is going to be close. Titus, you are up. Now you are in the tool shed with Kristen and Poe.
Yeah, I am going to cast Heavenly Fire on Poe to give him some healing goodness.
Does that work?
It should.
Actually, if Poe's not good, then it's not going to work. And you would know that.
It heals good creatures for 1d4 + 1 every two. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, does it? If you're neutral, I guess it would have no effect, right?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I didn't realize Poe was neutral. Well, I'll cast it on myself then.
Okay,
So let me
go ahead. You don't. You could go ahead and you know,
It just happens.
it's a ranged touch attack, which is the dirtiest of all attacks. Yeah, you could just it just happens. So go ahead and just roll the bonus or the there you go. 4 hit points. There you go.
Okay.
So you get 4 hit points back. Now, do you want to move or anything? You want to get behind a box or?
Yeah, let me add my hit points back because I'm desperately low. I turn to Chris and go, "What is going on?"
You see her sort of like snap out of it, and she's like, my father has things well in hand. He wanted us," and she seems confused a little bit. He wanted us to hide here. He'll be here soon. I'm sure. Do you smell smoke?
Yes, the house is on fire.
The
And
house
your
is on
father-
fire.
Your
What?
father won't let us in. In fact,
Oh,
he's a right.
We have to
bastard.
save him.
We already tried
What
that.
are
Now
your
we're
friends
leaving.
doing? We can't leave. I mean, please help us.
I've been gravely injured. My friends have been attacked, and he's been a wanker. We're leaving.
We can't leave.
Well, then convince us to stay, because right now we're trying to get the hell out of here.
Please,
And your
they'll kill him.
father's locked in-
The Scourge will kill him. They're already. He's a stubborn man. It's true, but we have to help him. Please,
They're only gonna kill him if we don't kill him first. So
please don't kill him. He's my only relative. He's the only family I have. My mother died when I was young, and when we left Gate Pass, I mean, it was under such a cloud of suspicion. That was, we came to this farm and we've made our
Well,
life here.
how do we
Now
get
it's-
out of there? Because he's gonna be burned out or burned down.
I don't know. Can you not bash your way through? Is there any way to go through the windows or something?
Did you not hear me? We're under attack.
I don't see
You
any
tell
attack.
me if there's some way to get in there that we haven't. We're not. I don't see us going back.
Maybe we can convince him to let him in. I'll help. We can go back.
Forget it. We already tried that.
All right. She seems confused and a little bit out of sorts, but she's still begging you guys to help her father. Poe, what do you hear all this? What do you do?
I'm gonna burst for me and Titus.
Okay.
Yeah. What was that?
6 points healed.
6 points of healing in a burst.
Oh, okay. Nice. Thank you. That helps a lot.
So how tall is this desk on the side of me?
The little table there, like 4 feet. It's a work desk. It's not very tall.
Wraith, are you gonna come here or are you? Oh, Chuck back there.
So you just yell that out. Wraith, are you coming here or what?
Yeah, I mean, I can come to him, but I kind of feel like he needs to come to me.
Well, he's got 2 of those guys on him. And he's still got his bow in his hand, which means he's going to have to retreat in certain ways to be able to bring, his attack to bear. Which you figure he can do, but it means that both of those guys are going to get attacks on him next round. This round. Well, yeah, I mean next round. You know what I mean.
All right, well, unless he tells me to go there, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. So burst, stay where you're at. So we go into round 6. And things are starting to get ugly, but it's Wraith's turn. I think he's having a whiz right now. So we see we'll just skip him real quick and see what these guys do. So you see, actually, Poe, give me a perception check. So you see a half-orc dressed in what looks to be, it's not armor, maybe it's like hide armor or leather armor or something like that, but you see him and a goblin come around that corner and move towards Arendar and Neo. They can't get close to enough to attack, but they will be able to next round. Wraith, you're up. What do you so you're still close to these two guys, these 2 half-orc soldiers are trying to chop ribbons, and they're close. They're too close to shoot. You have to do something.
5-foot step.
You did hear moments ago Poe say, Wraith, come to us. Or something like, what did you say, Poe?
Basically, I want to know if he's going to come to me or if I need to go to him. But I mean, this is a lot more protected area here, so if he can get behind me, then I can keep him off of you and you can shoot from there.
Well, at this point, I'm going to take a 5-foot step and do rapid shot on the guy I've already hit.
Okay.
So
10 will
13
miss.
and 24.
24 will hit.
So 8, 9, 10 points of damage. No. I don't have flank with Lorelei at this point, do I?
No, you don't.
What if I'd have taken a 5-foot step?
But if you
here?
take the 5-foot
You want
step
to, yeah. If you want
there,
to,
you'd have it.
yeah. If you want to take it to, that part.
So 10 points.
10 points. Okay, so he had 4 left. So that arrow takes him high in the throat, and he goes down. Gorge it, pierced, splits away, and he falls. The guy looks over at him. He's like, and he looks at you. He's like, I'm going to enjoy killing you. As he moves forward. But it's not his turn. It's the skeleton's turn. The skeleton fight. So 3 still on Arendir, 2 on Ono. Let's just go ahead. Arendir, here we go. 4, yes. 14, double yes. 10, these are all misses, right?
As far as you know.
Okay, and then 2 on Ono. 14 and 5, all misses. So it's clang, clang as these rusty sabers. You guys are parrying them easily, keeping out of the way. There's just a lot of them. Both of you guys give me a perception check.
Let me see perception. Let me get that. Where am I? Where am I? Perception. Okay.
Okay. Neither of you noticed the 2 people coming up. But Wraith, you would see, since you're looking in that direction, you would see this half-orc who's in leather armor pull out an enormous axe. And this goblin look up at him, smile, and get his dagger out, and they're sort of sneaking forward. The half-orc doesn't seem to be sneaking all that much. The goblin seems to be sneaking. Arendar and Ono don't seem to even know that they're there.
Okay.
But it's Arendar's turn. And yelling is a free action.
I'm going to scream.
A high womanly scream?
No. I'm gonna. It's gonna be a cool scream. It's gonna
Okay.
be like.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a Bruce Willis scream.
Vin Diesel like,
Yeah, Vin Diesel. It's gonna be very deep.
Very deep.
To Arendar and the monk.
Okay.
But there are rogues coming up behind them.
Okay.
Rogues behind you. All right. I'm assuming you guys aren't that far away, so you definitely would hear something like that.
Yeah.
I scream in a high womanly scream. Ah! Eek! Run away!
Not rogues.
Oh, no.
Anything but that.
I'm gonna tell Ono, let's get these guys first, and then we'll go back to the skeletons.
All right, fair enough.
So you're just whirling around and turning your backs on the skeletons.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this skeleton will get a attack of opportunity as I step away from him,
All right. I'll go ahead and roll that.
because that's the first step of going that way. And so,
Nope.
okay, 5, 10, 15. And
Guy's
then-
got his axe out. He's
this
like,
guy, this guy gets one too.
okay. So he has a very different sort of a to hit roll. Whap! 21 hit you?
Nope.
Ooh!
So I'm setting this up for a flank.
You're just like whipping around the
Oh,
other
no.
side of him? Okay.
Yeah. Get around behind him. So
Do you get an attack or
yeah, I get single attack.
single attack? All right, with the Falcata.
And of course I can't roll attack rolls. So
That's true. That is going to miss.
it's a 14. But yeah. So no, make sure you set up the flank.
Okay, and that's it for Arendar. Oh no, you're up.
Okay. Well, where's the guy? I'm sorry. Now I turn around and I want to try to spy the rogue.
right here.
Well, these two guys, you see Arendir sort of loop around and get behind this half orc in leather armor.
Okay.
There's another goblin next to him who has
Mhm.
like one of those little weird daggers that they have.
Mhm.
Arendar yells out, you know, oh no, post up the flank.
Okay. So I'm gonna run 1, 2, and 3, and
Okay.
whack this guy here.
Okay. And you're going to
Okay.
attack him. So you will get flanking bonus. Go for it. You're going to try and kick him.
Yeah, real hard.
All right, here
Um,
we go.
damage.
And you're going to miss it.
My rolls are bad.
Another
Yeah.
whiff.
All of ours are.
Another whiff. Is that it? I think that's it for you two, Ono, isn't it?
I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Soldiers. This
That's
guy's
me.
going to move.
That's
He
me.
moves 5 foot steps up. Attack on Wraith. 20 hit you, buddy?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. Here we go. 13 big points of damage as he lays into you with that sword of his.
Okay.
Laughs as he does it. I'm really going to enjoy seeing you die. Well, that's his whole thing. Titus. This guy just hit Wraith, and you're starting to worry. You saw this happen.
And you're muted.
And you're muted.
Okay, good grief. I don't know what much I can do.
What spells do you have?
What's that?
What spells do you have?
I have acid splash, detect magic, resistance, daze, ghost sound, mage armor, magic missile, sleep, burning hands, and summon monster, which sounds pretty good right now.
Well, magic missile certainly will
Magic missile.
deliver the
two
goods.
two missiles at this level. That's an automatic hit, and it's 2d4
2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
And then some monster will just get you a monster for 3 rounds. It's going to be like a little dog. It's not going to be very.
Gotcha. I'm just a little weakling. All right, so before I just turn back to Chris and say, if you got any suggestions, make them now, because this is it.
Do whatever you can to kill the sarcophagus and save my father, please. I
Oh,
beg you.
Fuck's sake. All right, go back to sleep.
I wasn't sleeping.
All right.
I think I've got the magic missile as a button on your.
It was a different spell.
Yeah. So
Actually, you can cast it from where you were at.
Oh, I can?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so this is just a tree. So you could see through it essentially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a trunk.
Gotcha. Okay. Then let me get back to where I was.
Because right now, Poe's providing cover for you guys.
Got it. Okay. All right. So I will cast magic missile then at that big ape.
Nine points. Well, 2 magic missiles slam into this guy, and he's knocked backwards. He wasn't even looking over there. He didn't even know you guys were in the tool shed. That hit him hard, and those 2 force light beams of force smash into him and pass just right through his breastplate into his body. You can see he like bends over like he may throw up, and he stands back up, and he's trying to guard against you, Wraith. He's like, I don't know what that is. He looks over and he's like, I'm killing this one and I'll kill you too. Do you want to move at all, or you want to stay in the tool shed?
Let's see. So
You could run up there.
So it looks like it's walled on 3 sides, so I can see out towards Wraith, but I can't see north.
Right.
No, you can't see north.
Actually, a perfect spot for a mage.
What's that?
This is with this counter right here, and with them blocking that door.
Yeah,
This is a perfect spot for a mage or an archer.
gotcha. Okay, then I guess I'll sit tight for the. Well, let's see. No, I can't cast. All right, I guess I'll sit tight.
Okay, Poe, what do you do? You're not gonna let Titus outshine you in the spell department, are you?
I'm gonna try to do the askew balance again
Okay.
against that half orc right there.
Okay. All right. So that is a It's
Fort
a,
save DC
what's the DC?
14.
14, sorry.
Fortitude.
Okay, Fortitude 14. All right, here we go. So, no, it's not a walk in the park. He's got a chance. Made it. Man, that's 2 of those that they've made. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Lorelei move to there.
Getting the old
And she's gonna
what?
try to daze him. DC 10 days.
Is that a different saving throw?
DC 10.
Probably will save.
Was it a will save?
Oh, hang on a second. Let's see. Yeah, will.
Okay. Ooh, he made that too.
All right.
He's fighting you hard. All right. That is the end of round 6. It is 11:10. Do you guys want to stop here or do you want to do another round?
I'm okay for one more round.
Yeah, I'm always good for one more round. So,
Yeah,
Awesome.
one more.
Let me pee first and then we'll do one more round.
oh, sure. He asked us and then he's not ready.
All right, I'll be right back as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking we kind of go back. These skeletons really aren't a threat. So as long as, you know, Eric and I can roll better than like a 3 on our attack rolls.
Which so
Perhaps
far
this
I
guy-
cannot.
You summoned a celestial dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be as effective against the skeletons.
Oh no. Oh
because
no.
I've got an
with his-
edged weapon.
Yeah, Ono does bludgeoning damage. He'd be effective.
Yeah, Ono's the best one against the skeletons.
Yeah, it's just his attack rolls so far have not been great, but
Assuming I can hit something.
right.
Yeah, you got the same affliction I've got right now.
Yeah.
Slash work on skeletons,
we're
do
all-
this dungeon.
Level 3? Yeah.
What'd you
Yeah,
say,
we-
Gordon?
Said this slash work on skeletons too, or just plunging? Plunging. Slash.
Everything will do damage, but I get some taken off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's only bludgeoning, so Wraith won't be as effective either.
No. Well, I do have blunt arrows, but
Actually, yeah, okay, you got those, then yeah, you would be pretty effective against them.
All right. Round 7. This battle just seems to take forever. It seems to be going against you. But Wraith, it's your turn to finally put this thing down.
5-foot step to here.
Okay.
Rapid shot. So 2 shots against that thing with flank. 20.
20 will hit.
So that's 9, 10, 11 points of damage.
That will do
And
it. That will put him down. That first one takes him right in the eye as he was getting ready to move forward to you after the magic missiles, and he goes down in a clankety heap. He's dead.
Was
You
that
wanna-
a verm?
So actually, that was
No, that would.
rapid shot, though.
Whoa, that could be another verm.
No,
Because-
I hit him before.
Not this one.
Oh, I didn't hit this one?
No, Titus hit him. So he started out. Let me,
Yeah.
let me check. He started out with 13 hit points. Titus hit him for 9, and that brought him down to 4.
and then you finished them off.
And then you finished him off. That's a verm. That's your second verm of the night.
About time I got cooking.
All right, excellent.
I could
you did a
move the camera so you could see the chart or the
The one you got last year?
see?
There it is. Suitable for framing, suitable for hanging.
That's right.
So when people come to your house and they see that, what do they go, what the hell is this?
You are mistaken to believe that people come to my house.
All right. All right. So that's it for you, right, Wraith?
Yeah, that's my move.
All right, this guy. All right, so now it's these guys. So first, nobody hit this guy. So he doesn't like the fact that Arendar immediately went around behind him. So he's going to try and hit him with that axe. Let me make sure I get back to where he is. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? No, 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 no. There he is. All right. So he's going to use that. He is no slouch with the axe. And Arendar, as you see the blade coming towards your face, you realize that it is.
Who was this swinging?
Huh? This guy right here, Smiley.
Oh, okay.
Can you see his hit points?
No,
No.
Okay. Let me
I
get
didn't
that
see him on the initiative list. So
up. Okay. No, he's going with Crawl Rack 23 North. Basically, this
Okay.
guy, this
So
goblin went and fetched him.
gotcha. Okay,
All right. Axe attack on you. Ooh, 26.
that's a hit.
That is a hit. Silver great axe. Damn. That is unpleasant amount of damage.
Yeah, great axes hurt.
8 points, and that's with a low roll. All right, so he cracks you. The other guy is going to try and stab Ono. That is the goblin. He is heartened by the fact that his friend had just nailed the other guy, so he's going to try and get you. Let's see. Here we go. Sorry. 7 miss. So he tries to stab you, and he's like, "I'll get you yet." Well, he doesn't say that. He's just like, as he speaks in goblin at you, and you can see the other guy sort of like, he's a card, that one. All right. Skellies, they did not like that you guys ran away so piteously. So they are going to come forward.
That one gets an attack of opportunity by.
Oh, no. If he wants it. He doesn't have to take it, though.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I get who?
An attack of opportunity on this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
because he
love
passed
one,
through.
please.
He passed through a frightened square. You see him coming over. You back kick. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Here it comes.
Ooh, that's a hit. 4 blood. You just knock his head backwards as you hit him. It didn't take him down, but he lost a few bone shards when you
That's what you get.
put one right in the choppers. But he is going to attack you. In fact, 4 of them will be attacking you as they sort of swarm on you. So first, second, third, fourth. 17 hit you?
No, sir.
Okay, so no hits as you guys sort of dodging around. There's a lot of dodging around going on. The monk is just dancing around in there, making himself crazy. But it's Arendar's turn. Now, Arendar, it's time for you to make that flank work.
If I can roll better than like a low single digit, I've got a chance.
Feeling a 6. What'd you roll? Oh, 22. That's a hit.
Plus bless, plus flank.
Yep.
Yeah, so 7 points, minimum damage, but 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. You realize that this guy's a lot tougher than the other guys.
Mhm.
As you see, his hit points did not go down that far. Oh no! What about you?
I'm gonna hit that guy. Right in this chap there. I'm gonna hit him twice.
All right, you got bless and
flank.
flank too. So +3 total.
Wait,
Yep.
I have bless.
Bless, yeah. So Poe cast bless early on.
Is that right? How do I add that to my attack?
I'll just make your roll and add +3.
Just
Right, very well.
do your normal thing and just add 3.
Okay, so here's the first hit. 17.
20 is a hit.
Okay, and I did 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm gonna hit him again.
14, 17, also a hit. Barely, but a hit for another 6 points. You're just like bap bap as you smack this guy.
Okay.
These are kicks, right? You're doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You just like with your leg up in the air. All right, two hits. That's great. You gonna move or anything? Run away or
Sit right there.
sit right there? All right. I don't think
I'm
there's
moving.
there's no soldiers left. So it is Titus's turn. What are you gonna do? So you see something very interesting happen. You say, let's go back. There was a moment where you were looking at the running out of the tool shed and you said to Kristen, come with me, or like, let's go back and get your dad. And she began to stand up and you saw something sort of it was almost like she was compelled, and she hunkered back down. It was almost like she stood up and was like, oh, and went back down. Give me a knowledge arcana check. Poe too. You saw this as well.
Okay.
Okay. So Titus, you're not sure what's going on, but Poe, you're pretty sure that she is under some sort of enchantment. And your guess is, because you heard her father tell her to go hide in the tool shed, that he's the one who's done it to her. Maybe a command spell, maybe a dominate spell, something like that. You're not sure, but some sort of enchantment that's keeping her from essentially doing what she wants. Okay.
Is he attacking anybody or doing anything?
Kristen? No, she's just standing behind the box.
No, I'm talking about him.
Oh, Titus? Oh, yeah. I don't know what Titus is.
No, not Titus.
The old man?
wizard.
No, he's hiding in his house. He hasn't come out.
He's hiding in the burning house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Titus do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move out and start. I
If
guess
you get to right there, you can probably see the guy we're fighting and probably one of the skeletons.
Okay, then I'll do that. And
Oh yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna magic missile is Heine.
Okay. Which one? The skeleton or Smiley?
Is
The half orc.
what?
There's a half orc in leather armor with a big silvered axe who's attacking Arendar. Just hit him. But there's also a skeleton in the way. But you could hit either one.
I'll go for the half orc.
Good choice.
Okay. Do it. I dare you.
8.
8 points.
Oh, and do I get? I'm trying to figure out if there are any. I'm not sure how it's set up, Mike. Is there supposed to be a bonus for bless or anything like?
Not for this. They automatically hit. So you just essentially, if you're casting magic missile, you just do damage. They cannot. If you can see the target, they cannot miss.
Okay.
So you just blast a couple of missiles and they just truck across there and slam into this guy. You can see him kind of like, he was getting ready to chop Arendar's head off and he sort of sideways goes. So he did 8 points of damage. He's hurt, but he's still got his wits about him. The goblin is starting to get a little nervous though. All right, so that's it for Titus. Poe, what about you? To round out the evening. You could see all of those guys. This is an area ripe for fireball.
And there's nothing else going on. So I guess I can move out of here because I don't really have to protect her from anything. So,
Yeah, all the guys up in the north there are fighting Ono and Arendar. All the skeletons seem fixated on those, and the two what Arendar yelled out was rogues are fighting those guys.
Okay, so that was a 30-foot move, and I'm going to do a skew balance on the half orc with the hide armor.
Okay, and that is a fort save.
Yep, DC 14.
Ooh, natural 1. So what happens now? He falls prone, just like
He's just prone. Yep.
bonk. He is down. He did not like that. Held on to his axe, but he is unhappy about that. Just sort of like his feet just like left him. And that is the end of round 7. 20 after. What do you think? Round 8?
I gotta sleep.
All right. We'll stop here. Round 8. This is where we will start. So just so you guys know that the second Sunday where we would normally have B team in June, I will be at Daikon, so I won't be able to play, but we are going to reserve. So it'll be about 6 weeks before we play B team again. But I'm reserving the July is a fifth Sunday month, and so we're already saying that July the 5th Sunday will be B team.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
In exchange, I will bring many pictures for everybody from DICON. Those of you who are in town, Mike, Andrew, Gordon, if you guys, I mean, there are still tickets open. It's $36 for the whole weekend. It's usually a pretty good time. Lots of miniatures, a lot of games. If you guys want to join up with us, we'd welcome that.
I'm lucky to do this night.
Understand. All right, guys. Thank you so much. This was
Thank you.
awesome. And we will start here next time.
Okay. Good night.
All right. Good night,
All right.
everyone.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.
See you guys.
Take care. Thanks, Les.
You bet.